the Wii is always the number one to me because like Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi 3, it's a big one. Getting that game for the first time is probably like one of my favorite games ever. Mario Galaxy 2. Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi 3.
That's
legendary game. If you know, you know. You played it back in the day. I had it for PS2 and Wii, but one of the most nostalgic games I think for a lot of people in my age demographic.
Budokai, of course.
Yeah.
Well, that's the other series.
The third one.
There was Budokai 1, 2, and 3, and then there was Budokai Tenkaichi 1, 2, and 3.
Tenkai.
Budokai 3.
Yeah. What's up? Welcome back to the Section 10 Podcast, episode 595, presented by Underdog Fantasy. It is the home of your soon-to-be 2026 World Series champion Boston Red Sox. My name is Jared Carabas, and I am a certified G and a bona fide stud, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Coley Mick, and he's 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Tyler Milliken, and he killed his dog Bullet, and you can't teach that. Bada boom. Realest guys in the room. Steve, how you doing?
Ooh, what up, Section 10 in the building.
In the motherfucking building. Brewed by Blue Moon.
Suck one.
Which goes down great with some Cape Cod chips.
Facts.
Yeah,
top 3 chip.
Yeah, I'd say it's number 1.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah,
I would
he
say
loves
that.
Cape Cod chips. He's always talked about that.
I've always said that.
Do you know how much of a pussy you have to be to not like Cape Cod chips?
That's crazy.
I don't think anyone's ever said that line before.
He's
so
kind of
credit to you.
No. When you make a
Let him go.
sandwich, Cape Cod chips are like one of the best chips you can put in it because of the crunch. You're getting a great crunch, a great crisp to it. I don't know anyone who doesn't like Cape Cod chips.
Yeah, me neither.
I know people that don't prefer them. The regular Cape Cod chips are fine. I like the, mesquite barbecue. Those are incredible.
Yeah, mesquite barbecue.
They're all.
Am I saying that right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never seen. I've watched Steve do like 470 of these intros. I've never seen him take a big inhale, exhale to be like, I gotta get some energy to say this line like he did today. The boy is hurting.
He's down bad.
Steve,
you're
you're
dropping like flies, man. Like,
Yeah, it's not great. It's not
I had
great.
a few people back out of the Christmas party, very last minute. Steve was there and then immediately died. T, what are you pointing yourself for?
I showed up. I posted. A lot
Yeah,
of
but I
people
wasn't
doubted.
afraid of you not doing that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you didn't think I was going to show up.
No, I thought you were. I didn't think Steve was going to show up, but
I had
I
a
think
fun
Dan-
time. It was
Dan-
definitely a fun night.
Dan convinced him to come. Is what I
No,
heard.
we were coming. We were coming.
Brought gifts.
I tried to do like a little jokey
Hell of a
doos
man.
and text you like, I can't make it, after I made it seem like I could make it, and then I showed up. And then I realized you have the Ring camera, so that doesn't really work. when you do
Neither. So that's not what happened at all. I wasn't looking at my phone, and I started walking down the stairs, and I saw Dan, and I was like, "That's enough for me." And then I saw he was standing next to you, and I was like, "Ah!" But,
I know you were pumped. You were like, yeah.
and like I didn't see the Ring camera or the text message. So after I had seen you, I saw that you texted me. You were like, "Hey man, sorry, I don't think I'm gonna make it." And but I had already seen you by that point. So
Oh, okay, so it didn't really play. No, fun time. It was.
What was your favorite part?
Seeing Jimmy Stewart. That's
That's
my
my
guy, and we obviously love each other. So no,
Dude,
that
Jimmy
was
gave me
good.
the best Christmas present I think I've ever received as an adult.
What did he give you?
You would have loved it. You weren't there when I got it. I'm surprised if you knew that I had it, you probably would have tried to steal it.
It's true.
He got me a Roman Reigns signed turnbuckle from SummerSlam. Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah. Completely unexpected. I mean, completely unexpected. What a fantastic gift. I don't know where I'm going to put it. I feel like I have to put it in a case or something like that. But
Big time. No,
He brought gifts for me and Coley too.
what do you get you?
Like 5 or 6 packs of baseball cards, I think, in there. I left them at your house. I don't know if you saw them.
I was going to say, I was like, someone loved their gift so much they fucking left it in the kitchen.
I'm going to be honest. I was very concerned when I was leaving your house. I had one mission, and it was to make Raising Cane's, and I had an all-time crash out in the Raising Cane's parking lot on the way home.
Why?
What?
Because they closed at fucking 1 a.m. and I got there at 1:02, and the fucking drive-through guy there thought it was funny to cook me as I'm trying to talk to him in the line. He starts mocking me in front of Martha. I'm fucking heated. I wanted chicken tenders so fucking bad. There's no Raising Cane's near me, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, hello, and then I was like, nobody's gonna fucking answer me. And the guy just like, we're closed, bud. See ya, and just left it at that. I was so angry. It wasn't even funny.
So, admittedly, as you let off this story, they closed at 1 and you got there at what time?
1:02.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I think he's got a good point, T. Like, it's
Let's be
past
for
1.
real here. There's tenders in that building, and they're going to get thrown out or they're going to someone. I would have paid double. I wanted a tender.
You getting there at 1:02 is the same concept as getting there at 3. That place is closed.
They
They're
wouldn't
just
be
not
there
doing
at 3.
tenders.
They wouldn't be there at 3.
No, it's. I mean, Raising
Does
Cane's
Martha
is good. No
think
free
less
ads,
of you because you weren't able to like get the tender?
I could see in that moment she looked a little less down on me. But then when I was driving on the way back, I hit the McDonald's, the 24 hours. So, I showed her I get it done either way.
All right.
I get it done. I get that fast food in me.
We'll get some sort of chicken in you before the night's over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I showed her. I showed her what I do.
Post.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you were there early enough, Train put out a lovely spread of
I had some
myriad
nibbles.
options.
The stuff on that kitchen table. Ooh,
Yeah.
first
I mean,
class, incredible.
Steve added to it nicely.
We brought
with,
some modern.
Modern. I housed a black and white cookie, and that was. I've never had a bad experience eating a black and white cookie. Never once in my life.
Mm-mm. Jared got upset at me for calling it a black and white. He said it's a half moon.
they're called half
So
moons.
I do agree with Jared, and I was about to make
Thank
that
you.
point. I grew up saying half moon, and I thought it was like just a me thing because pretty much ever since that Seinfeld episode, I've been like, I guess the rest of the world calls them black and white cookies. They're not really cookies at all.
No, they're not.
No, they're really just cakes, kind of. Especially the modern ones. Like, they really frosting it up. You have a couple bites in that thing, and you're like, this is where I want to be right now. It's a great experience.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you
have
Jared?
fun? Yep. Call it.
Why? What's with the abject rage you have towards one of Massachusetts' finest exports, the Cape Cod potato chip?
I just said that is my favorite chip.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
See, this is where I'm missing Jake right now because I would have been like, Jake, did I or did I not say that it's my
You don't have
number
to
one
throw it to
favorite chip?
Jake. That's what you said on the show, but before the show, that was the opposite take that you had. So was that just a classic?
Do you have
Jerry
any
prank?
proof that I said that? Do you have any proof that I said
I'm
that?
just asking you off the record. We're off the record right now.
We're on the
T.
record right now.
No, I just took us off the record. I don't know if you heard me. I wish Jake were here so he could say, like, yeah, we're definitely off the record.
I've never served as a witness in court before, but I will say there was something along those lines relayed before the podcast started.
Yeah. Do you have any proof?
Are you calling me a liar?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Wow. We got 2 people here. Steve, I will toss it to you. Keep in mind what Jared's done to you during your life.
Giving him one.
It's a hilarious way to tee that up. I don't remember because I'm so clogged up from being sick.
I hope you die
See,
too.
he's on drugs. You're going to ask like, hi, my name's Tyler Milliken and I want to prove my innocence. Here I bring a drug addict to the stand.
Found this guy at the bus stop. He seemed pretty solid.
Yeah, I agree. Whatever you guys said. Yep.
This guy would not pass a drug test right now, T. So that's what you got.
So.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So I'm exonerated.
Again, I took us off the record. I don't know what T did. He's talking about sandwiches and drug.
I tried to stick up for you. How are you turning this on me?
I'm not sticking up for me. I'm sticking up for Cape Cod and its finest chip.
Can I say something real quick? It has nothing to do with the chips.
Sure.
It's a compliment for T, and it's actually a compliment, T.
Oh.
It's great seeing T in the real world.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't see Tyler like in person ever. And we get there, and obviously Jared was pumped to see me, and I guess happy to see Dan, and then T is just like just being super nice. Maybe it's because he had a couple beverages. Super complimentary of the fellas. Tyler's a great person in person. I'm sure, great in general, but like in person, it's like, yeah, T can definitely be life of the party material. So I wanted you to know that, T.
Thank you. I'm always a little uncomfortable and awkward in those situations, but getting a couple drinks in me, hanging out with everyone made it really easy. I had Coley to lean on when I first got in there, and then I kind of just chilled into everything else. You were a little busy. You had things going on.
No, I hugged you immediately.
Yeah, oh, no, of course. But everyone was kind of like, you were the center of the room in a lot of ways.
Yeah,
so it's like you can't. Yeah, I don't want to sit there and hold your
house,
pocket the entire time. It's like, oh, no, Tyler, go socialize.
You're my bitch.
Okay. I meant it
Is
in
that a
more
phrase,
of a...
hold your pocket? Is that
It's a prison
right?
reference.
Oh, okay, there you go.
But no, it's just like, make the rounds, talk with everyone. And that's what I tried to do. And fortunately, I don't think I did too bad. So thank you, Steve.
Yeah, good work, T. Also, shout out to Trig, who is legitimately 30 feet tall. Like, Coley's 7 feet tall. Like, Trig might be 9 feet tall, dude. He's massive.
Yeah, we're both tall boys.
Yeah.
Tall dudes. Great catching up with Trig. He is a first-class person.
It's just nice to see T in the wild. Because like we see him, but it's always for like work stuff. Like this was just like the boys are hanging. The boys are drinking. The boys are having a good time.
Blue moons, yep.
Drinking moons.
I'd even talk ball.
We were talking an extensive amount of ball when you first got there.
Yeah, you were talking ball.
We were opening the baseball cards too, so that did, or the cards in general, so that did lead it a little bit. But afterwards, no, we were talking real life, Martha, future, wedding, engagement ring, all those things.
Yeah, I got to talk to Martha, which was nice. Investigative journalist Martha, which I was
shut her out.
pumped to hear.
Mm-hmm. You were talking wedding tea?
Yeah, what? Yeah, people are asking them at that point in my life.
Who's asking at my house?
I was talking with Coley's wife, Mariah, quite a bit about it.
Yeah.
And she was just kind of being like, what you doing? Where are you at? Like, me and Martha are going to be together 8 years in a month, which is a pretty big deal. Like, when's it happening?
Impressive.
Yeah. The person I was like legally married to within a year of meeting is always like the concept of people like not being married just blows her mind. She's like, what are you waiting? What's going on here? You gay? Like that's what goes,
yes.
That's what goes through her mind.
I told her it's all financial.
No, she said you gave an amazing, very heartfelt answer.
Nice.
What was it?
He wants to be able to take care of her financially. Basically, he wants like a trad wife, from what it sounds like. He's like, I want this bitch behind the door, dinner on the table, but I want to provide for all that. And at this stage of my life, that's not exactly where I'm at. So I think he's being responsible about it.
Yeah.
She's free to do whatever she wants. I just know at the end of the day, or at least the way I look at it, when that time does come, it's on me. Like, if you can't get the job done and make sure everything's taken care of, you're not in a position to do that. So that's where I'm trying to get to.
I thought you were talking about her. If this bitch can't get it done, I got us.
If I was balling out at 25, it would be done already. But
for sure. No, I mean,
we're not moving that quickly.
Yeah. No, I feel that. T.
Thank you.
What was your favorite moment of the night, T?
It was actually downstairs. I was with Train and a lot of her friends, and they were playing that game. Relax. Let me explain the story.
It was just me and Train.
Yeah, we were down in the basement. No one knew we were down there.
No. We were in the side room that Coley and Steve were in when we did the original Section 10 reveal. And there was this game where you had to like say Merry Christmas and blow out the candles.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't figure it out. And I completely fucked it up, and they like booed me out of the room.
They booed you.
How did it work? How does that work?
It's like you just say Merry Christmas and you have to blow out the candles and they're all like in a row.
Oh, okay.
I cheated last year.
It says blue and then said Merry. You're like, Merry Christmas.
Yeah, I was like, Merry Christmas.
Flip the table. Get out of my fucking house.
Yeah.
This game sucks.
Yeah. There's like 15 candles and like you're supposed to say Merry Christmas and see how
blow
far
them
you
out
can
with
get.
the words. I don't know if I fully
With
get
the
that,
S?
but
I think you need like a word that begins with a P.
No, you gotta just like, yeah, it's gotta come from deep within.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Mm.
I didn't do it this year because I think it's stupid, and I did it last year and I cheated, and I was like, I'm not doing it again this year. See?
My other favorite part was when Ace came down for a couple minutes before he was carried away.
Yeah, well, we can't have him near you, so we had him on a separate floor.
He is cute as shit. I will give him his credit.
He's a cute guy.
Top 4 cutest dogs of all time.
Yeah, no, he's up there. Yeah, he's a good dude.
That is an interesting phrase. Like cute as shit. Like shit's not cute.
No,
Like at all. Right.
mm-mm.
I just
You ever
couldn't
seen a
find
cute shit.
Never.
Mm.
You had to think about it.
I wanted to find where he was hiding throughout the party, and I was never shown.
Where was Ace during the party?
Upstairs,
Okay. It's a good pup.
chilling.
Mhm.
Just being a good guy.
The best.
Just like the Underdog Fantasy app
Mhm.
is the best. It's also the easiest place to play fantasy sports. When do the fucking playoffs start?
For what?
NFL?
Week 17 coming up.
Yeah,
Yes.
3 weeks.
2 more weeks of the regular season.
Did we
Yeah.
get the number 1 seed yet?
Not yet.
Not yet, but they have a decent chance.
Like, give me a percentage.
35, 40%.
That's not decent enough for me.
I think it's like 50. Like,
Broncos have to lose, right?
Yeah. If the
Yeah.
Broncos win their last 2, they get the 1
yeah.
because they have the tiebreaker. Yeah. They could lose to the Chargers, though, in week 18, Jerry.
And we what?
If the Broncos lose to the Chargers in week 18, the Pats probably get the 1 seed. You already know this.
One hand Herbert.
Yeah, make sure you sign up with the promo code Jared. That's JARED to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash and a special pick on Underdog. That's Underdog Fantasy promo code Jared. The Red Sox made a trade.
Mm-hmm.
Red Sox made a trade for Willson Contreras. And I was excited. I think for a moment I was hesitant in my excitement because I was waiting to see what the return was. And then you see it's Hunter Dobbins. And I'm like, I like Hunter Dobbins a lot. And I think where I was still okay with the deal is if you were to soar like power rank, like we did like a couple episodes ago, like what's your projected Red Sox rotation? And obviously he's coming back from injury, but even if he wasn't, I still think that other names would have been presented before Dobbins. So I want him to have an opportunity to start in the big leagues. He's good enough to start in the big leagues. He's good enough to be in some rotation that I think it also speaks to the rotational like starting pitching depth that the Red Sox have right now. Something that I think probably the Quinn Priester trade might have scared the Red Sox into having too much starting pitching, which they say that's not a thing, but you know, in Boston's case, yeah, they've got quite a bit. So I'm happy for Dobbins. I'll miss him. I think he's fucking awesome. So Cardinal fans, if you're listening to get the lowdown on Dobbins, you got a good one. With Willson Contreras, I mean, this is what I said on Baseball is Dead. I'm just going to kind of parrot what I said because it's just how I feel, and I'm not going to like workshop a fake sentiment.
I think you nailed it.
Yeah, here's how I feel about it. We are now in a position, whether it be fans or media or whatever the fuck we are, you can't say anything positive about the Red Sox because people will just be like, fuck you, you're John Henry puppet, blah, blah, blah. Like you're just, unless you're getting a top 10 MVP candidate or you're getting a player that's a perennial all-star or whatever, what have you, superstar. If that player's not walking through the door, then you can't be pumped or not even pumped, just like happy or whatever, approving, like baseline, thumbs up. I approve of this transaction. You can't even do that without people jumping down your throat and coming for you. But I think for me, if I'm just calling it objectively, you got a good player. Is he gonna win an MVP? No. Is he better than what you would have had otherwise? Unequivocally, yes. Like we're talking about a 3-win player who, I mean, so I said he was like an average defender because I was looking at defensive runs saved, but the outs above average have him as like an elite defender at first base. So, okay, an elite defensive first baseman that's like a 130 OPS plus. Like that's a fucking really good bat. And it's a dude that's been there, done that in terms of the playoffs, and he's right-handed. So when I'm trying to check off all the boxes for Pete Alonso, it's almost like Contreras checks off more than Alonso did. The only box that doesn't get checked is like the age one. Everyone's like, well, he's going to be going into his age 34 season. Alonso is younger. It's like, okay. But for the time being, given the skill sets of the two players, yeah, like I'm not like, what the fuck about Pete Alonso anymore? It's, if Willson Contreras is going to be your first baseman for the next year, 2 years, what have you, then that's a good thing. He makes your team better. He makes your lineup better. He makes your defense better. So if not Pete Alonso, and we can debate which one you'd rather have, if not Pete Alonso, what were the alternatives that would have been better than Willson Contreras, at least in the short term? Like you're not trading for Nick Kurtz or something like that. So like what was the alternative that you thought was going to be better than the reality that you currently have with Willson Contreras being your first baseman? So I don't know. That's kind of the question that I posed. No one that is angry about this trade has an answer for me. It's kind of just like a pivot and bitch about the Red Sox for no reason kind of deal. But T, I saw, I didn't watch, obviously. I saw you put out an 8-minute video. What was like the cliff notes of what you said?
It was similar to the article I had put out the week before, where I thought, and we talked about it for a couple minutes on this podcast a week ago, that I just thought Willson Contreras checked off a lot of boxes. And I think when you talk about what Willson Contreras is, yeah, he doesn't have the same name pop that like comes with the Pete Alonso, but go back to last year. The Red Sox were 21st in weighted runs created plus in 96 at first base. In terms of outs above average, they were -6, which was bottom 10 in baseball. With Willson Contreras over the last 2 seasons, his 130 WRC plus ranks 25th in the sport, minimum 800 plate appearances. Over the last 4 years, it's been a 124 WRC plus or better. So just looking at that sample within itself, you're getting a guy who is 24 to 30% better as a bat than the production you had there a year ago. And you're getting a guy defensively who's +6 outs above average instead of -6. So that's a significant improvement no matter which way you want to frame it. And I think when you start talking Willson Contreras, he is kind of a Mike Napoli-esque fit on this team. And maybe that's like an easy pull because you're thinking back to, well, Napoli was a catcher and came here and played a good first base. But I think he's going to be someone who's going to hit 260, 270 with an OBP around 340, 350, 20 to 30 home runs. And yes, a million people have tweeted it at me. He's only hit, topped out at 24 homers in his career. I think one of the things that should excite you about Willson Contreras here is he's one of these guys that's kind of built to play at Fenway Park in that same vein as like a Tyler O'Neill or Hunter Renfroe. And just looking at last year, his pull air percentage took a significant jump from 15% to about 19.8%. That's about the 73rd percentile. You start to look at Fenway Park just last year, and Alex Spear had this great stat today. Pull fly balls by right-handed hitters at Busch Stadium yielded a 1431 slug. That was the 4th lowest in MLB. At Fenway, they produced a 2020 slugging mark, which was number 1 in all of baseball. So you're talking about a guy in Contreras who's pulling the ball in the air more, who still has elite bat speed, 95th percentile, who, you want to start getting really nerdy with some of the stats, whether it's expected WOBA or whatever, that really likes the batted ball metrics. And for people who don't know, expected WOBA operates on the same thing as OBP, but it focuses more on exit velocity and launch angle. To see those stats really high, I think those are things that should just profile well at Fenway Park. And if you're adding that guy into this lineup, yeah, you still need to go add another bat, but it's someone who should fit in really well as a top 10-ish first baseman in the game, with maybe even the ability to go a little beyond that.
Go it.
The only thing that bothers me a little about this trade is $4 million a year moves me zero. And it should move a team operating north of $250 million a year less than zero. I'm not saying they needed to hold on to Yorker Fajardo just because I liked him. I understand by the middle of the summer he could have genuinely zero value in any deal because he had zero value a year ago when he was traded for Cam Boozer. So I'm not saying you had to hold on to that guy. I'm saying for $8 million spread over 2 years to drop a guy from 21 to 17.5, that's crazy to me. You've had now the Cardinals take on pay you $28 million over the course of these 2 trades. That's more over the next 2 years than Jordan Hicks will make. And it's about $10 million shy of what Masataka Yoshida makes. So I'm all for the adding of Willson Contreras. In terms of like, hey, how does this roster continue to fit? As you both just said, they need to add another bat on top of this. And then we're genuinely like, okay, this was a decent offseason. I don't understand how, because I while I look at him, he's 2 years, maybe 3 years. If he still looks young and spry, you have that control over him when the time comes. I love that it's a short deal because it doesn't box Tristan Casas out. But it would be nice if Tristan Casas could play it all with Willson Contreras and Masataka Yoshida. As of currently constituted, how all three of those guys play, that's a crazy lineup to have. That's a crazy roster to have. It just doesn't really fit all that well. So I'm glad he's not boxed out long term by like a signing like a Pete Alonso would have inarguably done, because you also can't move that guy right now. He's got negative value. So I don't know. I'm excited about the player. Stats has posted a lot of stuff that's been like, he's a top right-handed hitter in the sport. Here are all the numbers that back that up. And I say, when 20, 30 years ago did we stop teaching our young boys to hit right-handed? What happened to the right-handed hitter? Not, again, in on Willson Contreras, hearing he's a top 10 right-handed hitter and it being backed up by statistical evidence is crazy for the sport of baseball, how many of these guys hit left-handed now.
I will say, like, the money conversation and Stats had a pretty good, back and forth with someone on Twitter about this. He doesn't think the deal gets done unless you're willing to attach a prospect. I don't think the Red Sox were simply looking, just saying, hey, will you eat the money? Yeah. I think the Cardinals, you're seeing with Hein Bloom, they're trying to also take care of their farm system, and they're targeting pitchers. A lot similar, I think, to when you saw Craig Breslow eat the Chris Sale contract to get Vaughn Grissom. They're looking to eat money right now because they need to fix that farm system. And Heim, I think even within himself knows, I wasn't able to form a pitching pipeline when I was in Boston. So guess what? I'm going to target 5 pitchers from an organization that knows how to do that stuff.
I'm going to target the 5 that have fastballs that that organization specifically hates.
Yes, right? Like none of them get any whiffs on any of those fastballs. So I do look at it and I wonder, if you weren't willing to make that kind of trade where you're giving more prospect capital than eating money, do they turn and work with another team? I think that's the question there. And I just don't think we know one way or the other. And I will add, like, where they're at right now, they're at $243 million. They're essentially where they were last year already in terms of spending. If you're going to go and sign Bregman, call it 25 to 30 million AAV, maybe they can lower that even more with deferrals. You're going to have to offload money to get under 264, which is stupid, but that's the reporting around that they don't want to go over that second luxury tax because of the 12% surcharge. So is that, Jordan Hicks, you attach a prospect and have to move him there? Is it a Yoshida deal or Duran trade?
As of Ian was getting into, or Ian and Chris were getting into this on Sox prospects. By this point in their careers, Craig's traded more top 20 prospects than Dombrowski had. And Dombrowski's known as the guy who just comes in and guts a farm system. Now I would argue there is key details of why those are different numbers and why Breslow's is higher, but it is still kind of shocking to hear that. And that was he had those numbers before this trade.
And Breslow said it yesterday. Breslow made it during the press conference. He goes, you can only trade so much from your farm system. So I think he's telling the world we're looking at one of the free agents, whether it's Bichette or Bregman, pick your poison to whatever it may be. That's why I'm not buying much into the Brendan Donovan rumor. I think that was a before conversation to Willson Contreras than after. But yeah, it's definitely going to be part of it. But maybe it's Patrick Sandoval, who I don't think you'd really have to attach much for someone to take on the salary as a back-end starter. But they're going to have to find a way to work this money. And even Duran, it's $7 million off the books if he gets flipped, depending on what you go after.
Bayo's 9 AAV?
Yep. And he's quietly being shopped, as we've alluded to on the show, it feels like, for over a month.
But even McAdam today was saying, the Red Sox move the goalpost based on if they care about luxury tax versus real life cash spend, on a year-to-year basis. So, and he's the one who's reported the 264 number. But I guess this year it's a luxury tax thing. But it's weird for him to lead with that and now bring in the context. It it's not necessarily that number. Like maybe it is 284.
It should be no reason. It's only money. It's all, you know, but that's where I think. Who are you
talking to? Like
but Cole, I think that's where like the flexibility where you can say like maybe they just say whatever. Like we're 10 million over. It is what it is. We'll end up eating that money because at the end of the day, it is just money. It's not a pick. I think when you mention the pick, that's something that would make Craig Breslow feel sick. If it's the end of the day, John Henry bending a little bit more, I don't think that's a 0% chance or 0% outcome.
Steven, initial thoughts on Willson Contreras?
Yeah, I agree that when the deal happened, I'm like, oh, cool. And I think you need as many oh, cools as possible over the course of the offseason to feel good about your team heading into 2026. I think this is a huge reason why we got to let the full offseason happen until we lose our minds in, November, December, and January. And I know when we had Cora on here talking about needing the defense to be better, and he obviously knows that. If you're serious about that, then make the defense better. And this clearly is an upgrade at a position that you've just had like 20 different dudes play over the last handful of years. Now you have depth at first base. I love that. I think that's probably one of the first things that jumps out to me. This is also the time of the year where I start picturing that the headshots, that like Nesson lineup, they've been dun dun. I'm like, all right, who do we got? And it's Willson Contreras. That's a guy. That's definitely a guy in the lineup behind hopefully Roman Anthony and maybe Duran and Bregman. And it's like, all right, now you have like a legitimate lineup that can compete with these other lineups in the American League. I think him and Carlos Narvaez are going to be like best friends. I honestly expect them to be as
in the Venezuelan home run derby together.
The home run derby. So I expect them to be tight. Obviously, Venezuelan brothers there. I can see them having a couple of good back picks at first base and some like, let's fucking go. So I can already see that. Very excited about that. Contreras is a great energy guy. And, that's probably the biggest thing I've noticed from him. He's not afraid to mix it up with anybody, which you kind of want. Normally that's been when he's been the catcher, but even at first base, you can kind of be a field general. And I love having that guy on the team. So I don't really have much to complain about. I think Hunter Dobbins was a really cool dude and just seemed like somebody that was a quasi friend of the program. A huge fan of T, obviously on the socials. But so I do feel for you, T, that you lost your guy there. But I will miss Hunter Dobbins and what he could potentially mean. But when you have a bunch of pitchers and you need to get better at a certain position, multiple positions, one of those being first base, you just did with the position that you have a surplus at. So I don't have a lot of complaints here.
Given your description of Willson Contreras, Steven, what WWE wrestler would you most compare Willson Contreras to? Like all time?
That's a great question. And why?
Yeah.
Oh, man. So it's like a multi-part.
Definitely and why. For sure and why.
Yeah.
Let me think on that one. It's a great question, Jared.
Like who comes to mind right away?
Gunther was the first guy that came to mind.
Gunther?
Yeah, it's just kind of built big and, has been in some big moments and isn't afraid of the spotlight.
Yeah.
And that's really the only one that comes to mind. Moving on.
That's just Gunther.
I think it's just Gunther.
Okay.
I think that's really it.
What's Gunther kind of known for right now?
Just obviously the Cena moment, which is
right. Yeah.
And all right, question for you, genuine question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he's going to be kind of a villain forever now because of him doing that? Okay, so you can't bounce back from that?
No, they could make him a baby
so
face
quickly next week.
Yeah, but they're leaning into the Cena thing big time.
Okay, makes sense. And a related note, I do find any of the comments and any of the tweets about Breslow and Heim very funny. I definitely chuckle when it's like he's probably thinking about other words. Like, no, I'm just thinking about the next deal I can make with Heim Bloom. Like, that's basically what it feels like right now. I could see them having the longest conversations ever, nitpicking the hell out of these deals, and then finally landing on something. They're like, we're just a match made in heaven. The second that Donovan's shit came up, I'm like, these are the only guys that are going to deal with each other. They're not going to make trades with anybody else.
All due respect to Heim, man, because if I were him, I would fucking hate the Red Sox.
But of course,
you guys made me trade Mookie Betts, and not that it was the wrong decision. You made me rehire Alex Cora. Like, I didn't have, like, you didn't like give me the power to do any of that shit. You blamed me for it. You made me take all the heat for the Mookie trade, gave me fucking 2 years to figure this thing out, and then fired my ass. Like, I'm not making a trade that makes you better, but he's just, he's a greater man than me.
I think Chaim's just a grown up. I think that's probably like, there's not, Jared, you've gotten to know a lot of people like behind the scenes, maybe front office. Chaim's one of the few people that I got to know that's like in a role like that. I don't think he lets egos and all that stuff kind of play into it. I think he's like, you know what? I think this is a good baseball deal. I think I'm the head of a team right now that obviously is not thinking present, is thinking future. And if it happens to be the former team that I was with that I'm making the deal with, then whatever, fine.
I also think it like comes down to people you trust and like trying to reach out and get information on players. And like, he ran this organization like he did. There's still a ton of people in this organization that were under him that got hired. If you're checking around and trying to get people to give you scouting reports you trust or intel you trust, you're probably going to lean back there. And once again, when you talk about teams like taking a lot of these players on with Sonny Gray and Willson Contreras still costing a good amount of money with them eating it, there's not a lot of teams that's going to fit under, or teams are going to be willing to do both of those things. And I think it's just a good matchup of what the Red Sox have and what the Cardinals are trying to do. They're kind of perfect trade partners. And I think if you're on the Cardinals side, and this is something with both deals, I think if you're on the Cardinals side, you look at the trade and you're like, damn, I feel really good about this. And on Craig Breslow's side, we feel good about it because it's moves geared towards winning. And for two guys that feel like they need to win the trade or are kind of scared to lose trades at times, it works when you're moving in opposite directions, but it feels like you're meeting the needs that you need to meet.
And immediately,
go ahead.
I was going to say immediately, Dobbins and Fitz both feel like Cardinals to me. Like they both look like St. Louis Cardinals pitchers. And I mean that not in a negative way.
Tate?
What?
Actually, Steve, did you see on Dan Peralt's IMDb page?
Yeah, what do we got?
There's trivia, and it says name 2024 Peralta of the Year on the Section 10 podcast.
Did you just find a way to put that in there by chance?
You think I know how to do that?
Nah, yeah, there's no chance.
That's his IMDb page.
I mean, it's a fact. Like, you know,
I'm not gonna. He won 2025 as well. Just saying.
Yeah.
T, question for you.
Yes.
Are you at all surprised that the Red Sox have yet to deal an outfielder? The fact that Duran's still here, Willier's still here. I mean, I don't think Rafael was ever going to get moved, but that one of the two outfielders that they kept talking about moving, they're both of them are still here, and it's almost January.
I'm not shocked because when we heard that they were valuing Duran the way they did his 2024 season, that immediately was like, all right, it's going to be hard for you to find that ideal trade. And so far we've seen with Craig Breslow, at least the only cement thing has been going after Cole Reagans. And like, if that's the kind of move you're targeting, it's going to be really hard to make a deal like that. I still think that trade needs to happen here. And maybe if Bregman kind of tells them to fuck off and they don't like Bichette, they use Duran to figure out what they're going to do at third base. And, you know, it could be used to go get a number 2 starting pitcher. If you're going to do a good job on the offensive side, maybe you pour more to the pitching side. I'm not shocked, though, because I thought they were always going to hold these guys at pretty high value. It's just, you know, I think their hand is still going to get forced at some point here, and other teams realize that.
Cool.
Who do you think over the next 3 years is going to be the best offensive player? I'm going to give you 4 players, and everyone can answer this. Bo Bichette, Alex Bregman,
I think I know
Ketel Marte, Jarren Duran.
Huh. Bo Bichette.
He's going to be the best overall offensive player of the 4?
4 years from now?
The next
over
3 years.
The 4.
Like what they accumulate over that stretch.
Oh, I thought you meant like
just the next. No, I gave 4 players.
2029, who will be?
No. Oh. Over these next 3 seasons, which of those 4 do you think is going to be the best offensive player? Because I think you can make a non-unserious argument for Jarren.
I would have him third on my list.
Marte won?
Yeah, I'd probably have Marte 1, but I think Bo Bichette's a 1A, 1B as Marte regresses and Bichette is in the middle of his prime, especially depending on what ballpark he goes in. I'd probably have Durant 3 and Bregman 4. But I think Durant and Bregman will be pretty interchangeable overall. I think they're going to hover between a 110 to 120 OPS plus.
Steven?
It's a fair question, honestly, because if we're talking about that span, I would love to know what Alex would look like in that 3-year span. I know the Red Sox would too. They're like, well, just give me those numbers the next 3 or 4 years.
Those are the only 3 they want to pay him for. So that's why I think it's fair.
No, I know. Well, the fact that there's even anybody alluding to, and I won't even say that because that might not be public knowledge. I would say, no, it was in the scoop shop. It was in the scoop shop.
I know what you're referring to.
I'm not going to say that.
I don't.
I would say probably Marte first. I think he's the most consistent, and I don't think his bat's going to age poorly. I don't know. Bregman could be second, honestly. I think too much is made about time he's missed over the last 4 years. I don't think it's really a massive problem.
He's had 2 injuries over the last half decade.
I don't think it has to do with the injuries. The year before in Houston, he was awful for 2 months. He finished the season fine, but he was terrible at the beginning of that year. And that's more to say the other bats have been, not Jaron, the other bats have been better. His best, removing the 2019 year where everyone went crazy, his best is just not as good as the other guy's best.
But even last year, with what he did, and he was so insane those first 6 weeks, he still finished with a 128 OPS plus, which was his best mark since 2022. So to me, it's he may not be the MVP candidate he was when he got hurt, and he's not as bad as the guy who came back and was a little better than a 700
He's somewhere
OPS.
In between.
It's just somewhere in between, and I think that's where it's like a 120 guy, right in there, and that's if you can play above average defense at third, it works, and that's one of the things with Contreras here. If you were to bring Bregman back, above average defense at third, first, Marcelo at second, you're going to feel good. Romy can platoon there. Trevor Story is a bit of a question mark. We understand. Narvaez threw out the most runners in baseball last year, and you have, what many people consider the best defensive outfield in baseball. All of a sudden, the shit defense you've had for half a decade, you know how to catch the ball now. That should be valued more in this talk, because say what you will about Pete Alonso. I know people want to talk about him like he's Albert Pujols at this point in time. Fuck it. The guy had a 120 OPS plus in 24 and 23. Genuine. He's a good player. Would I have given him the 5-year deal? I would have. I know, Coley, you wouldn't, but to act like he is the greatest first baseman we've seen and you just missed out on a generational talent. Please, get a grip, people. It's fucking insane the way people talk about him. He's also one of the worst defenders in the sport.
The whole league 2 years in a row was we're all set, pal.
And now it's oh my fucking God, how could you not get Pete Alonso? He would have changed everything. He would have raised us to a level nobody could compete. No. He's a really good first baseman, a really good one, especially offensively. Is he the greatest player in the league? No, he's a middle of the order bat. There's other ways to fill that out and make it work.
I think it was interesting. As I said
earlier in the offseason, I would have taken Bregman over Alonso. I still feel that way.
I did find it interesting last offseason versus this offseason. Same exact situation, basically, with Pete Alonso, obviously coming off for a better year heading into this offseason than last. But I feel like last offseason, everyone was no fucking chance with Pete Alonso. That's the last guy we would want. And now this year, it's we need this guy. If we don't get this guy.
It's the old man crowd. That's the funniest part. It's all the old guys who are 250. Willson Contreras hits 250. What the fuck do you think Pete Alonso hits for his career? Contreras has a higher career batting average. It's 258 to 253.
I saw that Greg Dickerson quote tweet, and I was damn, I didn't see Greg Dickerson's name in a minute, but he was cooking you for stats that even I use. I use these stats.
Listen,
so clearly most baseball fans do.
You can say what you want. Over the last 2 seasons, Contreras has played 219 games, 324. That's the biggest argument for Alonso, is the fact that guy is never hurt. He's out there all the time. Still, it's a 130 WRC plus for Contreras. Alonso was 131. It's a 5.6 F WAR for Contreras, 5.7 for Alonso. Now, kind of crazy that the war is that similar with the game difference?
Yeah, that's
it's because of the defense. That's how bad Pete Alonso is defensively. Over the last 3 years, Contreras 261, 358, 459, 817, 129 WRC plus. Alonso 244, 332, 496, 827, 128 WRC plus. Like, it's a lot closer than people want to realize. And the question becomes, all right, you're paying him $18 million, and you would have been able to hold on to those prospects and do something different. I understand that. Well, cool. Now go use that money on another free agent out there, and then everyone's saying, yeah, you're a better team than you were when the Yankees sent you home last year. That's it.
You brought up the defense, and that's why I bring up the Duran thing. If you're Craig right now, and I know Rafael should be a center fielder. I believe that. Everyone believes that. But you don't have to sign anyone to have your best infield defense since 18. You already have it if Meyer and Rafael are in the infield. Now, I would prefer Rafael in center and have an even better defense by having him in center and one of these guys, although it doesn't get better with Bichette in any way, shape, or form. But that's where I think if you're looking at it like, hey, I already have Jarren Duran. Like, he's on the team already. Do I think one of these guys is such an upgrade that I have to move all this shit around and it's going to cost me a lot more? Or do I just keep Duran in the middle of my lineup where he was okay when we first moved him there? Better than okay. He was really good when we first moved him there. And I just play Rafael at second for another year. Now, I detest that thought, but if I'm looking at it objectively and in his seat, it's just like, yeah, why would I if I fundamentally disagree with paying a 32-year-old a 6-year contract, why would I break that rule now?
It's just figuring out how you're going to make the DH work with Yoshida still here.
He's your DH.
Or no, you would move Sedon to second.
Yeah, Sedon would be playing second, so you don't have to figure that out.
Yeah.
You have Duran in center, where everyone tells me he's like the greatest ever. He's Andrew Jones 2.0.
A lot better.
You have Roman and Willier. Like, he wants, in your heart of hearts, he wants to kick this can again.
The way he framed it yesterday was like, we want him in center field. I think it sounded like he left the door open more like, hey, if injuries happen and this is the only way to make things work, then like, sorry, people are going to have to get over it. Don't throw the fit you threw in August. But I think Breslow is going to want the perfect deal. I do think he's going to end up caving a little bit in our reality. And at the end of the day, like, is that worth it? It's going to depend on what the return is and how much it fits what your roster needs for 26. Because if you are going to do it that way and now you're balancing even more of a logjam, it just doesn't feel like the roster will work as much as you want it to.
I will say quickly, Coley, to finish the points on Marte, Duran, Bregman, Bichette. There is a scenario in the next 3 seasons where their OPS pluses are like all pretty similar. Like, as it would project now, I don't feel great about ranking them. I'll say that much. Like, typically, if this was 4 other dudes, I'd be like, oh, okay, I'd probably go 1, 2, 3, 4 in this order. I mean, I'd still keep Marte first, but you could convince me, any of the other 3 guys could be,
though. Like, that's part of the equation. Like, if he's not just on the team, like, you have to go get him. You have to move.
Oh, of course.
Like, that's part of the cost in my mind. So that's where it's like, if I were in the Red Sox front office right now, it's like, yeah, Rafael probably over a course of a season will be a plus defender at second. Like, his bat doesn't matter. Like, to me, they know what his bat is. He's going to play. Who gives truly the largest fuck where he's playing if you think his glove's going to play anywhere? But it's like, yeah, if I already have Duran, he stinks in left, but he's fine in center. Like, yeah, why am I making this much more difficult on myself if I don't think there's a huge upgrade offensively to begin with?
Yeah, Rafael held his own at second base last year. It was 1 DRS, 0 outs above average. It was only 165 innings, but like, you saw at times he was making some ridiculous plays.
Crazy plays.
And it wasn't like shortstop where, there were more growing pains, and still what he had to do taking over for Story was a major ask. I would wonder, so in that scenario, what happens with Meyer? How do you feel about playing that out? Well, Bregman would be back, right?
Well, he's assuming Bregman's not back.
This is me picking Duran. I think if you sign Bregman or Bichette, you have to get rid of Duran. Like, you have to. You simply have to.
Yeah, Coley's saying, like, this is the in-house option.
Oh, yeah, no, I'd be out on that.
I'm not saying I'm in on it. I'm saying what they're likely thinking right now. Because, again, we focus on the starters and the lineup. They've done dick to the bullpen outside of, like, a 29-year-old lefty from the Pirates who never really played for the Pirates. That's it. That's all they've done to the bullpen. Like, they need to do something there, too.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like, they don't need to be this cheap. Trust me. I'll the loudest when it comes to that. But if I, accepting the reality we live in, Do you want to sell Duran for 5 cents when you then have to pay 120 cents to get Ketel Marte or Bo Bichette? He has to have a QO, right? There's no way he doesn't.
Bo Bichette, yes.
Yeah, and then Bregman, it's just like they don't want to pay him because of his age. We know that. But they don't want to pay him what he wants, is what I'll say.
Yeah, I hear offensively, I don't think you're getting much of a difference because in the reality, we're expecting Duran won't be here and those bats should be on the same.
Your defense theoretically improves just as much as if you sign one of these guys and trade them.
Yeah. It's just the idea of being able to go get Bregman, have that plus whatever you would get for him, if it's worth it. That's the conversation.
Sure, I don't disagree.
If you're able to flip him for Cole Reagans, it's like, all right, you elevated the roster.
For sure. I think if that were on the table, it would have happened by now.
But at the same time, we're hearing a lot of teams are in there. So is this just holding out until you get the perfect offer? It's a dangerous game because, like you said, Coley, there's a chance you end up at the end of this and there's a lot of guys sitting there, but it still seems like they want Bregman. And I think hearing the Blue Jays stuff, dude, to me, that's the D-back stuff cooled down. It's not getting the people moving.
It's the Jays, man.
Everyone's kind of relaxed. Let's throw another team in the mix. And even the article wasn't convincing. It was like, they'd prefer still probably Kyle Tucker or Bo Bichette, but if those don't work out, then it's Bregman. It's like, all right, you're still looking for suitors here, aren't you?
Yeah, the Seattle thing died down too.
Yeah. And Spear... that was embarrassing.
That was really bad.
But Spear keeps saying, just talking to people, it still sounds like plan A for them. And I don't know. At least the way it's playing out, it feels like I'm still more confident he's a Red Sox than not.
Same at this point. It does feel to me like Bregman wants the Red Sox, but who was it? It was when we had Castillo on the bonus pod on Friday, and he said he had asked Bregman, while he was playing here, and how important is this next contract being like the last one or like the one that you have a home for a while? How important is that to you? And he said he got like super serious. It was like, it's very important. So I don't think that he wants to go somewhere that has opt-outs and has like the deferred money and all that, which I believe is what Arizona's offering up. It's not as concrete as I think that the Boris camp would like. But the second I saw the Toronto stuff, I was like, this is a Boris play. I don't think he has interest in going there. But yeah, I think it mirrors the JD Martinez situation from 2018, where I think the difference here obviously is that Dave Dombrowski was negotiating that contract versus Breslow, but I think the Red Sox are just like, we want the player, but we're not going to bid against ourselves. We're just, if we feel like we have the best offer out there, then here it is. Let us know how you'd like to proceed, or at least if you do get a firmer or a better contract offer in hand, let us know, and then we can have a conversation about it. But as of right now, this is our best offer, and this is what we feel might be the best offer for you that's out there. So why would we up it when we don't necessarily have to at this point?
And also, he opted out of 40 a year. No one told him to do that.
Right.
I will say I fear that breaking tweet, unlike I fear most things. I think we are in that zone right now where that
you don't
breaking...
think he's coming back?
I think he is. I think he is coming back. But my confidence meter out of 100 is 55. I would say majority, yes, he's coming back, but barely. And that's a lot of that's just off of, vibes and just seeing how this offseason has gone. I do think the farther you go into this offseason, you're going to get more Boris BS that you'll hear, mystery teams and all this other stuff come up. But feels like it's going to end up being a 5-year deal, maybe 5-year with a team option for the 6th. And that's all, man. I fear that pass and breaking tweet because now you get towards after Christmas, New Year's. Once you get to January and you still have a couple of big names left on the board, those guys can go at any point. I don't expect all of them to go in November, obviously, and you can at least convince yourself you still have some time. Now we're in a zone where it can happen at any point.
Feels like the starting pitching market has barely moved.
Barely.
Framber Valdez is still sitting out there. Ranger Suarez is still sitting out there. Honestly. It's damn, those are pretty significant names. Kyle Tucker, the biggest free agent of them all.
Well, have you guys heard any Kyle Tucker stuff? I've heard next to nothing on Kyle Tucker.
He went to the Blue Jays. Was it Dunedin? He went to Dunedin.
Yeah. Okay.
And that was like 3 weeks ago at this point. But I do think he's weirdly a Bregman domino in the sense that there are kind of like 3 free agents right now that matter in terms of position players, where it's Tucker, Bellinger, who you talk about, no one's talking about. Cody Bellinger coming off
for
like
Bichette.
Career year. Yeah, but like Bregman, to me, I don't think the Mets or the Yankees would pivot to Bregman if they missed out. And like the Yankees, I haven't heard tied to Tucker at all. They are tied to Bellinger since he was just fucking there. So it's like the Mets have also been like semi-tied to Tucker and or Bellinger. So that's where it's like, all right, if they don't get either of those guys, do they turn their eyes to Bregman and be like, we could play Brett Beatty at second? Like we did that plenty last year. We have no problem doing that. Third, we could play Bregman at, or vice versa. The Yankees also have had a third base issue. They've been talking about trading Jazz Chisholm, all sorts of shit. Like I wouldn't rule that out. They've signed nobody.
Well, they got Marcus Semien part of the mix over there now too, which is gonna be a pretty significant thing for them too. I also think for David Stearns, when it comes down to like a Bregman kind of guy, he's going to approach it like Craig Breslow does, where he's going to be like,
for sure. But if it's the same offer, I think he's going to pick the team that he's like, all right, well, they have no idea what you're offering me. They respect me slightly more theoretically than you do, the team who I just played for, and say all these nice things. Oh,
you think if it was the same between the Mets and the Red Sox, he goes Mets?
Not necessarily, but just like I could see that playing out.
Yeah, I think if it is even in the ballpark, he'd pick the Red Sox. Like as long as it's, not insanely different. And I just don't think David Stearns, his philosophies won't let him overextend for that kind of guy.
Sure. I don't disagree.
Even though they should, because when you have all the money in the world like they do, you have more options. But it seems like they're even starting to come back. And Steve Cohen, that tweet he put out like 10 days ago, if John Henry put that tweet out, there'd be riots outside of Fenway Park. They would be fucking insane. But I think they're also realizing a lot of the ways they were approaching things, just throwing money at problems doesn't mean you're going to be
They've
good.
always been super cautious with their money. I don't know. The Mets have always been painted as a team that was reckless. They had Carlos Correa in the same suit jacket the Giants had before they looked at his medicals, and they said, no, thank you. Like they have been pretty cautious about spending money.
Yeah. And that's why to me, it's like, listen, I've bitched about the money on here, about how stupid it is that you won't spend up to $284. But at the end of the day, like, a lot of people just want to tweet out like the Red Sox or the Rays or whatever. Like, you're still spending in that top 7 or 8 area in terms of the luxury tax. Like, you can win a World Series and go deep in the playoffs doing it that way. We saw the Rangers just do it a couple of years ago. So that's why it's like, I understand some people are just, they want you to spend, and they should. There's no reason you shouldn't be over the luxury tax every year during the CBA, like the Mets and the Phillies and the Yankees and the Dodgers. You should be there. But to act like, they're not going to end up spending more than they did a year ago, they are. They're already there right now. They're already at that line. The next move they make is going to push them over. So, like, don't sit here and act like all hope is lost, because that feels like what the feeling is amongst Red Sox fans most days.
I don't feel that way at all.
Do you feel like Twitter feels that way, or are you saying personally?
Yeah, but that's been for some years now. That's not anything.
Lou put it perfectly. There's some people right now on Twitter, the minute anything happens, they just want to seem the most mad. They just want to give that and make it seem like no one's more mad than me. No, this is an abomination. And it's like, all right, guys, like, be for real. If you were fucking sitting here and they were operating at like 160 to 180, then I think you could rip your skin off and cry every day. Like, there's terrible. It's 7 or 8. There's a path here to being competitive and pushing. It's scary when you have a team like the Blue Jays that is willing to go so far beyond seemingly what you're willing to do right now.
Well, I mean, I feel like the Blue Jays weren't always that way. They just started to operate that way when they had reason. And I feel like the Red Sox have reason now. It's like the Roman Anthony era has begun. And if he's going to be the generational superstar that we all think he is and can be, then now would be the time to supplement that. And yeah, I mean, I get it when we look back at the Red Sox offseason, and it'll be like, okay, like a 36-year-old starter. Like, we thought we were going to get Joe Ryan and for the next 4 years, and we got a 36-year-old Sonny Gray for one. It's like, okay, like, he can help us for 2026. Like, I'll still take him. And then a lot of people are like, I thought we were going to get Pete Alonso for the next 5 years, and We got Willson Contreras for 2026. Like, that's cool. Like, he's a good player. Like, I think we're kind of just waiting on, like, because even, and I hate to say it, like, you know, you sign Bregman for the next 5 years or whatever it is. Like, fans already had the moment of excitement of acquiring Alex Bregman. Like, now we're trying to bring him back and keep him. But the excitement of like, oh, fuck, Alex Bregman's on the Red Sox. Like, that was last year. Now you're just trying to retain what you already had to get to the postseason for the first time since 2021. You want to get back there. And in order to do that, yeah, like, you're going to have to bring back Bregman. He was a big part of why the team got to where they got to. So even after Bregman comes back and you've added Sonny Gray and you've added Willson Contreras, yeah, that's a very nice offseason. But I think the spoiled Red Sox fan in us, like, we wanted the new shiny toy. And I feel like we don't, even with Contreras, with Sonny Gray, and bringing back Bregman, I don't think we get the new shiny toy.
I think to piggyback off of that, this was always the time of a year growing up, and maybe not for you, T, because you're younger, obviously, you say it all the time. But for me, Coley, and Jared, where the Sox got the big splash, and then it's Christmas coming up, and then you get the jersey, you get the Manny Ramirez jersey, you get whatever big name came aboard. It's like, oh, this
Schilling
is
for that Christmas.
Yep, Schilling, and it's like it was almost a Christmas tradition to get like the jersey or the shirt or the bobblehead or whatever. And I think we all grew up on that and expected that. And so now when that's not the case, it's like, but I'm owed this. Where's my gift? Like, I'm waiting for that gift under the tree and it's just not there. So I understand that part of the frustration. We also, and we were very consistent on this with the Bregman thing. Breggy, and you just alluded to it, like, if he comes back, that's not going to make anyone like super pumped. It's more going to be like, all right, well, let's build off of that. Now that's like the base. Like, what are we then going to add off of that? It now feels like the added on top of Bregman has been very, I'd say, middle of the road. And then if Bregman comes back, it's like, wait, is that what we're pairing together? Is that the thing that we're grouping up here? And again, you still have a lot of time to go in the offseason, but it would be a big splashless offseason if your biggest name you bring back is the guy that was already under contract last year and that you already were ready to commit $120 million to. That's not going to get anyone super excited. Then again, having said that, if that breaking tweet has Alex Bregman with the Red Sox, I'm pumped. Like, I'm flipping out if I actually see that happens and he is coming back here, and I know how much that would matter to this show, to this fan base, to this team. So I don't know. It's kind of a no man's land in between both sides of, like, I feel like they need him back, but even there's a huge part of the audience that T's talking about that if they re-sign him, it's like, well, he was already here, so that doesn't even really move the needle at all for me.
I think when you look at the offense and the rotation, and this is speaking if Bregman comes back, I think the offense has gotten a chunk better. I think the rotation with Sonny Gray, Johan Oviedo, I think they are a chunk better than they were last year. We'll see with the bullpen. They need to go get a left-handed reliever. That's a major component to what's going on here. And it seems like they want another seventh inning-ish righty as well to throw in the mix. But I think really you're going to see, if you want that home run, that kind of like, holy shit, like, it feels like not only did they get better, but, you know, maybe they're in a completely new tier. Is the key to that is going to be Bayo and Duran, and whether they find this trade that they're searching for and hunting for. And I think that's what it is. Otherwise, I think the team's going to be, you know, better than they were at the end of last year, you know, a chunk better. But if you want like it feels like,
stop saying that.
I don't know. Like,
You've
I don't
never
know
said
how
that
to frame
before.
it.
You just keep saying it.
But no, I do believe like the lineup would be better than it was.
It's not how people talk.
How would you? I don't know how to. I'm trying to think like the word I'm looking for here.
Imagine Breslow being like, I think we got a chunk better. This
he just starts dropping it next press conference.
Once he'd lose his job the same hour.
Oh, but
same
no,
hour.
I just think the offense will be in a better place. The rotation will be a bit better. That's the word I was looking for.
A chunk better.
Yeah, a bit better.
Stick with chunk. I like
you
chunk.
Like now you like it.
No, I don't.
Sorry,
Cole.
One like, one non-like. Jared, where are you at on chunk?
I like it.
Okay, we got two likes.
But if you're a chunk better in both of those aspects, it's just what is those two guys have a chance to feel, you know, get the guy that raises the ceiling in a dramatic way. They're the key to it.
A chunk.
Yeah. You got to raise the roof a chunk.
I like being a bit better. I'd like to be way better.
You'd like to be
I
a
think
chunk. That's
a
my
chunk
problem.
is
I think
more than a
chunk
bit.
and bit. Yeah, aren't the
Yeah,
same.
those
at
aren't
all.
equal at
Yeah.
all. Chunk is like, oh, they got a chunk better.
So much more than
Well,
a bit.
yeah, I think at first base they are. Like
A
hated
chunk
Lucas
better.
Giolito.
I think they're a
on the
chunk
mound.
better at first.
I think
They're
I can
definitely
agree
a
with
chunk
that.
better at first. Yeah.
Yeah.
No doubt. Overall, I think they
Maybe a
are
bit.
like. I think this is going to piss people off. I think right now they're better than they are last year, just because Roman Anthony will be on the opening day roster.
Definitely.
Yeah. That makes you a chunk better.
Mhm.
Chunk better.
Yeah.
That also relies heavily on Marcelo having a pretty big year and being healthy. But
What I like about this deal is it frees Romy up. Romy, go be a great platoon partner for Marcelo, and you are cooking with gas.
Romy is the new Rob Refsnyder.
yeah,
He's going to play that
Correct.
role too.
Yeah. Like
which he's deserved, by the
And
way. Like
Eaton's
this
the
feels
new
like a
Romy.
passing of the baton. Mhm.
Yeah. Eaton will be Romy will be Refsnyder.
Yep.
Yeah. Because they can do stuff that Ref couldn't do
Yeah, defend.
and run the base as well. But yeah, I
I
think
Romy was rough defensively this year too.
huh?
Romy wasn't the greatest defensively this year.
He's
Serviceable.
better than Rob Refsnyder. So like here's the thing. I love Rob Refsnyder. Thankful
enough.
for everything.
Nah, say you fucking hate him.
I'm
Here's
thankful
the
for
thing.
everything that he did for this team. But last week I put T's Twitter notifications on,
Oof.
and it just pisses me off so much because like it just like before I used to just like see his tweets in passing, but now I see every tweet
Mhm.
and like you do just be tweeting just to tweet. Like you
The
said,
quantity is so high.
he fucking tweeted a fucking like Rob Refsnyder like tribute
that
video
shit hit.
being like, I'm not crying, you're crying. And I was like, literally no one's crying. Like
No,
not
I
even
think there are a lot of
Rob
people upset.
Refsnyder's not crying. Like he was a platoon like bench bat that had really not like that much of an emotional connection with the fan base. Like didn't win a championship, like didn't have like a moment. Like what was like the Rob Refsnyder moment?
Yeah, a couple big home runs.
No,
the
he
Yankees
didn't.
homer a couple years ago. That one gets posted all the time.
Hit that
Okay.
bomb in Sacramento. That was solid.
That was sick,
3-run
yeah.
bomb.
Yeah. But so like I love Rob, but to act like it was like Brock Holt
Pedro.
leaving.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But
You
Rob is like
did.
the
You
culmination
did.
of all
I'm
his
not
work.
Crying,
It's not
you're
like
crying.
No,
like,
because
big projects.
like Rob himself was probably like, man, that was fun. Anyways, thanks fans. I'm out of here. He wasn't
Oh,
like,
no,
oh my
I
God,
disagree.
I can't believe I'm leaving Boston.
I think Rob, like if you have been following the team deeply the last 3 or 4 years, he was
you're
one of
right.
the,
I haven't been doing
no,
that.
nobody said
Jared
that.
just checks
Nobody
in
said
occasionally.
that. But I think with Rob Refsnyder, not only what he did on the field was impressive because I don't think anyone ever expected that
But what
out
he
of
did
him.
off the
But
field.
for him to be one of the
Yeah,
most important,
What are we talking about off the field?
off the field, he became one of the key leaders on the team. He
That's
was
on
legit.
the field.
That's still on the field.
Didn't you just say off the field?
Off the field's like in the
Off the field.
community.
On the
Yeah,
field,
yeah.
on the field in a Red Sox uniform, 276, 364, 440,
What do you do off the
804 OPS, 123 OPS
I don't
plus,
think you
and
understand what
309.
off the field means.
Which one do you want?
Can I get off the field, please?
No, let me cook. You've pointed me in 2 different directions. Do you want the off the field shit or the on the field shit?
You only have on field, is what Jerry's saying.
I know. I think off the field is a significant portion of this.
I think
I'll-
you don't
I'll take off the
understand
field
what off
when
the
you got
field
it.
means.
Off the field stuff, leadership.
That's still on the field.
That
to me.
counts as like the field.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
No,
that's
when
on
you
the
talk
field.
about a guy off the field, you talk about his leadership. What?
No.
When I talk
you-
about Jalen off the court,
What?
it's like him and his bridge.
him and the community.
Like him
Yeah.
giving money in the community and doing stuff.
like the
That's off the
Refsnyder
court.
Bowl. Did he have it? I don't
This
think
is
so.
insane. No, nobody is going to agree with you on this one.
All right,
Off
well,
the field, that speaks to leadership and who you are in the clubhouse.
No, it doesn't. Like it's like if they call it off the field issues, they talk about like Aaron Hernandez. Like that's an off the field issue.
Big time off the field.
That was definitely a
I
problem.
could
Like,
not disagree more.
If they say that what you're talking about is like in the clubhouse. Like
Yeah.
you're talking
Which is
about in
not on the field.
Yeah, right
That's-
next to the field.
But it's not off the field. Like you're at the field.
What
Off the
are-
field is like your private personal life. That's what that is. And we don't know
Yeah.
Rob like
Off
that.
the
Agree to
field means
disagree.
outside of the sport.
Agree to
Yes.
disagree.
No, you're just wrong.
Sure. If that helps the conversation keep moving. But to act like Rob Refsnyder wasn't one of the key position guys on this team in terms
No
of
one
that leadership
fucking
group.
said that.
But that's what I'm saying. While he has value, when you're talking about a guy in Jaron Duran who didn't have many guys and connected with Rob Refsnyder when they were both down in AAA, a guy
No
who
one's
got
saying that didn't happen.
I'm telling you why he's valuable and why I had my feelings towards Rob Refsnyder.
Did you cry? Did you
yes,
cry?
No, it was hyperbolic. Twitter's hyperbolic. Let's be realistic here. But that's why you saw the Twitter reaction. There were a bunch of people that were very emotional about him, more than you've seen with 85% of players who have left here in recent years.
Where
on Red Sox Twitter,
people?
They were cooking you underneath your tweet to me.
No, they weren't.
Okay.
One person said, "Shut up! You don't speak for Red Sox
There's a
Nation."
lot more than that.
No, they weren't.
Okay, I'm telling you what I saw.
All right, I'm gonna go.
Feel free, go look. I looked at it earlier. But you go back to 2022. He had the 6th best WRC plus amongst left-handed pitchers in the sport. 6th best. He's one of the best lefty mashers. Came in a bunch of different times where the team was short, and was a guy who learned to hit righties at a decent clip and go out there and do it. Like, I think you just appreciate.
Adam said big time crying over here. He was joking. Next 10 will be titled Leadership if T had his way. One guy said, "Speak for yourself." One guy said, "I think it's time to let Tyler go." Jared,
free me, please. Take my life.
Just end it all now, please.
You want to
Sounds
be
like
free,
a dog
T?
you need to put down.
Nobody loves mid-roll players like T does.
I do like those guys.
Well, here's the thing.
If you are actually crying about this, seek help.
No one's actually crying.
He's better than Casas.
Wrong.
Well, that's definitely true. He's got better than Casas. And he'd probably honestly still have a job here if he played first for a second last year.
Well, the fact that they never even let him try here, even though he did it the season before he came here, was always weird with the issues they had.
They knew he'd disintegrate.
I'm just saying with Rob Refsnyder, I think he did have a bit of an attachment to the fan base and people appreciated him a lot. And I'm
not saying people didn't appreciate him. I'm just saying no one
him.
was in tears about him leaving the organization.
It was hyperbolic.
Okay.
No one was really
Twitter.
crying.
It's Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm just saying is what Rob Refsnyder did. I don't think a lot of people ever expected him to do what he did here and to kind of revive his career. Nice to see him go get paid in Seattle a little bit. And for a guy who was contemplating retirement when he got here and even after he got here.
That's the whole one thing that kind of rubbed me the wrong way.
That was honestly one of the funniest parts of Refsnyder. It's like the dude is not old at all. He's like, I got to hang him up. This is just I can't keep doing this. It's like at the age of 32, I'm like, dude, you can keep playing. You certainly can keep playing.
Third best OBP since 2022 against left-handed pitchers. Only Aaron Judge and Paul Goldschmidt were better.
I'll miss him, man.
He had 312 against lefties, Jerry, when he was with the Red Sox. How about that? That's got to have you emotional a little bit.
I cried. I cried when I saw the news.
I can understand with Pivetta. Pivetta had unlikable qualities, right? We heard things off the field. Refsnyder. All people did was talk about how great of a guy he was and what he meant to that clubhouse.
No one's denying this.
I'm just saying it's okay if you're upset that Rob Refsnyder's gone. There's nothing wrong with that.
I don't think anyone's upset. I think everyone just kind of understands the cycle of life. Just that's baseball, man.
I think there's an appreciation for what he did here.
He was never going to get a long-term deal. He was just...
Of course not.
He was here for a good time, not a long time, T.
He was here for much longer than anyone anticipated.
It was 4 seasons.
Yeah.
Dude, he played 309 games with the Red Sox, 232 with everybody else, which is 5 other teams.
Yeah,
that actually caught me off guard that he played that many more with the Sox versus everybody else. But no, Rob was... T, I know what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I think we're getting too caught up on how many tears or non-tears were had. But
I cried. I just want that on the record.
No, well, obviously. I mean, every time somebody leaves, you cry.
And cried.
And cried. Those 2 things are a guarantee. No, I'll miss Rob for sure. I think I'll miss what he brought to the team and all that, but I won't forget Rob Refsnyder's time with the Boston Red Sox. That's for sure.
Me neither.
It was a good run. Good stretch.
Yeah, he's right up there with Pedro for me.
Yeah, Pedro Manny.
You can appreciate
I'd have him right behind
a
Pedro
guy
Manny. I had a poppy.
For just what they are.
Does he feel like an 07 guy to you, T?
Yes, he does, honestly. I think about that all the time. I genuinely, if you told me Rob Refsnyder was on the 2007 Red Sox, he'd fit in perfectly.
What makes an 07 guy? You'd be the guy to ask, T. What makes an 07 guy?
You don't have athleticism
Forgettable?
No. Yeah. You just don't have athleticism that speaks to everyone. leadership qualities are through the roof, kind of just a grinder.
Off the field stuff.
Whatever your role is, you just get the damn job done.
Off the field stuff. Yeah. Triple homicides.
That is not a crazy thing to refer to leadership as off the field.
Homicides. It's going to come out the Refsnyder was just lighting people up in Boston now. Like, we would have never guessed it.
Leadership is not an off the field thing. Unless he's like taking them to team dinners. That's like an off the field leadership thing. If he's organizing the team dinners, then I'll give you off the field tea. Other than that.
But he, from what we've heard, he was one of those guys.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Right.
Like Jaron Duran, like credited him for helping him stay in the big leagues and like figure his life out and like be one of those guys. Like those people are important in baseball, and like in an era where like a lot of front offices don't value stuff like that, shit like that should be highlighted because it is important. And the Mariners will be a better baseball team because Rob Refsnyder is on it.
Mm-hmm. Are you gonna cry right now?
No, I got a lot of love for Rob Refsnyder.
That would be a crazy turn if that actually happened right now.
I got a lot of love.
Now's the time. Now's the time. Because I mean, this is probably the last time we're gonna ever talk about Rob on this podcast. So if you want to cry,
I think he deserves his moment. That's it.
I do too.
I agree. I don't want to downgrade what Rob Refsnyder did with the Red Sox. Rob Refsnyder managed his team.
No one has. I think we're just trying to keep it contained to what it needs to be.
Of course,
like, he's valuable, a leader. He was one of the leaders. I think what kind of like rubbed me the wrong way maybe is like when he was referred to as a leader, it's like, I appreciate that he took a guy like Jaron Duran under his wing and like helped him out. But like when you have everyone saying Rob Refsnyder is the leader of this team, it's like, well, yeah, no wonder why we're in fucking last place. Right. Like this is like a journeyman fourth, fifth outfielder is the leader of this club. Like we don't have the front. Like this is when Rafi was still here, and everyone was like, "Yeah, he doesn't fucking talk to anybody. Like he doesn't talk hitting with the younger guys. Like they didn't have the guy. Like all due respect to Rob, he couldn't have been the guy, but he was put in the spot of having to be the guy because there was no one else. Like who the fuck? Like Story was supposed to be the guy. But he was hurt all the time, so he couldn't be the guy. Rafi didn't want to be the guy. So Rob, credit to him, was like, fuck it, I'll be the guy. But it's like, you shouldn't be the guy.
He shouldn't have been, and also kind of wasn't, because again, kept threatening retirement every time something went down.
He wanted to get paid. I don't know. Guy didn't make any money in his career.
He dropped in. It was his call.
He was trying to get more money. For a guy who didn't make anything in his big league career, I do not blame him one bit.
Get the bag, Rob.
Go get your money.
I'm proud of you. Yeah. Thank you for everything that you've done. I'm sorry that T has grossly overrated everything to make me have to like bring it back down.
Wait, what did I overrate?
But I think that you were a net positive to the Red Sox organization, and I'm happy that you got your payday.
I think we look at the Red Sox kind of as a reality show. It's a show that we're watching for 365. Rob was a cool person to have on the show.
Yeah,
like he'd pop into some scenes and I'm like, oh yeah, I like this guy. Like this guy's good. He's a dude in the show or the movie where you don't know their name really, but you're like, oh yeah, that guy. Yeah, I like that guy. That's Rob Refsnyder. So I don't think tears were shed, but I agree with T.
I just appreciate a guy like from 2015 to 21, he was a bust that didn't achieve shit in the big leagues. Like that's just a reality. Mm-hmm. That's what he was. He was a guy who could not find a job to stick around.
Yeah, he was like a first round pick.
No, but he was a guy when he came up that the Yankees considered like a real prospect. And the fact that he was
5 teams in 7 years, he was definitely hot.
Yeah. For a guy that was able to find it in his 30s and play a leadership role and fit his role on the team. And even when he needed to be more than that, did you ever feel bad when Rob Refsnyder had to go in there for a couple of weeks and face righties? No, he improved and showed you he could handle that. Like, I appreciate those kind of guys. I think those are my favorite players in baseball more often than, the stars. Like, the stars are cool. Like, they're going to go out there. They're ballers. I like the guys who have to fucking grind for everything they got. And they're just kind of baseball lifers. And that's why when people bring up Refsnyder, future manager, it's the first thing out of everybody's mouth. He's going to be one of those guys, and he deserves to be framed as one of those guys.
I don't want to sign Bregman because no one talks about his baseball anymore. I certainly don't want my third outfielder being like, what's his best quality? He's a manager. That's why the tears were not shed.
He's not. He's one of the best lefty hitters in the league.
I get that. I very much understand that. But he's also a negative defensively and won't play the one position you need because he'll disintegrate.
-1 outs above average last year. Romy Gonzalez was -2.
Also, I think the Mariners The Mariners tweet said, we've signed outfielder first baseman Rob Refsnyder. So we didn't bully him enough for refusing to play first base. It seems.
Bad leader, I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Is there which gate doesn't have a statue outside of it?
D doesn't have one,
yeah,
right?
D doesn't.
Okay. I think that's the spot for the Rob Refsnyder statue.
I agree, yeah.
On it should say like everyone's 1012th favorite player, Rob Refsnyder.
Tears were shed.
I love you.
No, his journey being tough and you respecting that versus like he's on a different team. The Red Sox made zero attempt to re-sign him. It's like, yeah, okay.
I'm not sitting here like they should have. I haven't made a case that the Red Sox fucked up or anything.
You're giving you respect. You're giving you respect.
Pay your respects.
Tip your cap, man. You can tip your cap. It's okay.
You got to tip your cap.
You can like a role player. You can appreciate what he did.
Of
you can
course
appreciate a guy who meant a lot in the
every
clubhouse.
100 episodes of
That's
this show.
all I'm saying. People sit there and fucking bust loads to Brock Holt. You can pay your respects to Rob Refsnyder.
He had a fucking cycle in a playoff. He did way better than Rob Refsnyder.
He did. He also made an all-star team, something Rob Refsnyder never did.
Right. That's where it's
you can appreciate both. It's possible.
No.
T, is everything okay at home?
No, but he
didn't get his Raising Cane's.
Never has been.
I'm fine.
He didn't get his Raising Cane's.
He's still pissed off.
It's fine.
Yeah.
You want a fun fact?
Oh, boy.
Is it about Rob Refsnyder?
It is.
Oh, if this is like how he's better than Bobby Dahlbeck, you might be kicked off the show forever.
No. We only talk about guys who play in Major League Baseball now.
You know what?
Rob Refsnyder, career 101 opiate. What? You got something to say?
Yeah, Bob's making $1 million to play in Japan.
Yeah, Rob Refsnyder's making $6 to stay in America. Thank you. Throw it up. Suspend me. I want to go. Kick me.
I'm not going to suspend you for stating a fact. I will not stoop to your level. T. I will not. That's why I even let you have a Twitter victory. But if I was a mean person like I was in the past, then I would have nuked you off the internet.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I let you have it. I let you have it because I was like, I don't want to go back to that dark place that I
have. What?
That Twitter exchange.
Which one?
Where I think you said something like, "What time's the Bobby Dahlbeck watch party or whatever?" that
is
sucks.
Evil ass laugh. I don't know what that was.
Yeah,
took a chunk out of your normal laugh.
Yeah,
I forgot. Back into Mickey's zone there.
Yeah, we were having a conversation about Tristan Casas, and for like the 9,000th time, T is fucking tweeting his numbers from 2023, being like, well, you guys don't get it. You 2023 in the first 3 months, look at what he did. It's like, I was like, T, it's about to be 2026, my man. Like, move on. Like,
what did he sound like when he was talking about Casas?
What
did he sound like?
He's like, you gotta look at his fucking baseball savant and blah, blah, blah.
Like, he was good for 1 month. It's just not true. It's just not
It was
accurate.
half a decade ago at this point. Like, you know how many people in the world have died since the last time Tristan Casas was good at baseball? I still think that he can be a good big league. I think he will go the route of like a Brent Rooker. Like, I think that he can. I think Tristan Casas someday in the big leagues will hit 30 plus home runs, make all-star teams, and get a contract extension that's lucrative, and he's looked at as a middle of the order bat with that organization. I just don't think it's gonna be here. I just don't. I
think
wanted
still
it to be.
That's speaking higher than I thought. Multiple all-star teams?
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm a day one Casas guy. I'm just tired of waiting, you know? I'm tired of waiting and T overinflating one season from 3 years ago makes me
season.
Yeah, half season from 3 years ago is what makes me be like, all right, I have Casas fatigue. It's not the antics. I don't mind that. I like the thought process behind it from the Netflix show where he was like, I do things that make people mad on purpose. Like, I like that. Get under your competition's skin. But yeah, I need you. You can do whatever you want as long as you're good at baseball. And he hasn't been able to do that. So if he wants to be 2023 Casas moving forward, that'd be excellent.
Or even first month of 2024. That was a really good month. It was. As much as people want to act like it wasn't, he just hasn't been himself since the rib injury. That's the reality. Sure. Now you have a knee injury. But if I'm the Red Sox with Willson Contreras, another guy who does have his own durability concerns, I think best case scenario, let Casas start the year at AAA. If he shows and looks like the guy from before, great. Like, that's the kind of guy that you could throw him at DH because his defense is not very good right now. Can't assume, or I won't assume it's going to be any better post knee injury. So maybe there's something along the lines of him and Contreras splitting time, keeping each other fresh. I don't think it's a 0% chance.
Yeah.
I think I just piss you off, Jared. I think I piss you off like a little brother sometimes.
Piss everyone off.
You just look at me and you're like, oh, he's being annoying. Like, I think that's okay. I think that's reality.
I think it's only when I tell you that you're doing something annoying and then you just continue to do it.
Yeah.
Like talking about Casas in 2023, like it was yesterday.
Casas. I'm a believer.
Like when you tweet stuff that's in 3 lines instead of like 1 paragraph, like that pisses me off.
Yeah, more engagement. He knows it.
Yeah, when you are like overly enthusiastic about something that's very inconsequential, that pisses me off. Other than that,
great guy.
You're doing great. Yeah.
Thank you.
You use ellipses poorly too. I've noticed that recently.
In quotes?
No, in your own thoughts.
I could see that. There was a tweet I put out about Bob that should have been a comma, and I was just rushing and I was at work. But it should have been a comma instead of 2 sentences. That pissed me off.
Remember though, T, great at parties. So there you go.
I got something.
Well, what else did you want to talk about, T?
I do have a question.
Goodbye,
bye, Coley.
Say it. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
I'm not going to bring it up.
What?
Nothing.
Bring what up?
We talked Brendan Donovan. Do you
bring what up?
It is somewhat hypocritical to cook me for Rob Refsnyder when you appreciate Bobby Dalbec.
Oh no.
I know him personally. You don't know Rob.
So what?
He doesn't know you exist. That's you
stand up for him as a player.
He's my friend.
So he's only good at baseball because he's your friend.
I will defend him because he's my friend.
Okay, that's all. I'll leave it there. Brendan Donovan, do we have any more thoughts? I know we mentioned it earlier.
No. I mean, like, I feel like if you have assets for a trade, that's not necessarily where I would use them. I love him as a player. I do, but that's not where I'm going.
Yeah, to me, he's like a Ben Zobrist light. 2 more years of control entering his age 29 season. Doesn't strike out like at all, but really bad platoon splits. Like, you'd kind of be shocked how bad he is against lefties. I think at this point, go pay a guy. You don't need to go send out more assets. And it feels to me like that's something you would have considered doing before you brought Contreras in. Besides that, I got 2 other things. Ken Rosenthal in that same article mentioned the Red Sox quietly shopping Brian Bayo.
Mm-hmm.
Do you buy it, or do you believe the Red Sox source that tried to shut it down in the article?
I mean, the second that I saw, they're shopping Brian Bayo, and that the Red Sox were like, no, but like when you talk young pitching, like Bayo's going to come up. He's a young pitcher. That's just like, if there's one dude on the Red Sox roster right now that would take it personally and let it affect their performance in 2026 because their name was in trade rumors, it's Brian Bayo.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you could say Duran's an emotional guy, and he is, but he hasn't let trade rumors like affect his performance. Like, he's still like a very above average baseball player, but like I could definitely see Bayo just like throwing a hissy fit about it in spring training.
There's also so many different versions of shopping a guy. I think that phrase gets thrown around where it's like, you can probably just be putting feelers out there. Also, look at the Red Sox roster. He's one of the top dudes that you would potentially throw out there and see what you could get back. Like, it would make a lot of sense to have Brian Bayo involved in a trade, especially if you end up getting some kind of pitching in return. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think that's not happening by any means. But I actually believe Breslow when he says they're open to all paths, and it's not just, we're not signing guys because of this, or we're not, we're doing a lot of trades because of that. Like, I genuinely think that he's doing what he thinks makes the most sense right now. Whether you think that's right or wrong is a completely different discussion, but I don't think they're targeting one path or the other more because, that's their goal. I think they're just doing whatever they think makes the most sense. And part of making the most sense is seeing what you could potentially get for Brayan Bello.
Yeah, I think when they brought in Oviedo, I think they put those guys in very similar tiers. I think they think the ultimate ceiling, the projection for both of them would be right around like a number 3-ish starter. And I think you look at what Brayan Bello was last year, and I think they feel this way too. It was like, awesome. He went out there, he had the 3.35 ERA, 160 innings for the second season in a row. Everything underneath the hood kind of screamed that he isn't actually that guy. That's just the truth. The Caper 9 falling from 8.5 to 6.7. He had a 4.19 FIP for the second year in a row. What changed this year? His BABIP was 268. And they've struggled at times to find the changeup. We know what they like in pitchers. And at times we've seen with Bello, the command hasn't always been there. He's a smaller stature guy, even though he's done a good job at adding weight the last couple of years and kind of building his own body up. I think it's a guy they like, but also someone they feel like, whether it's early or even a Tolley that could pretty quickly get similar as production over the next year or two. And I think with his contract, it's why I did wonder with the A's, like, could you have done a deal for like a Tyler Soderstrom with a Brayan Bello in there or something like that? A team looking for a guy who generates a lot of ground balls and is just a good, controllable starting pitcher. Would there be something? I think they're going to look at Bello and say, we like you, but, we're not in love with you. You're not exactly our type. If there's a deal that makes sense, we'd be willing to move you.
Well, what's Bello's contract? He's got 5 years, like $9 million per, something like that.
He's owed
like
50.5 over the next 4 years with a $21 million club option for 2030 with a $1 million buyout.
But if you add that all up compared to some of these other guys that are on the market or a potential trade target, like that would be appealing to a lot of teams. If you try to talk yourself into Brayan Bello, like there is some upside there, obviously.
Like there's more ceiling with the stuff. It just feels like he's not getting the most out of his arsenal still, and that's something another pitching lab might look at and say, man, we think the changeup, we can get it back. We think he can miss a couple more bats per 9. Oh, all of a sudden, like they think a guy could be closer to a top of the rotation arm than a middle. I think they just view him as a middle of the rotation arm. And I think it was somewhat telling how he was handled in the playoffs.
For teams that don't want to pay that huge price for one of the top starters, you could easily talk yourself into Brayan Bello. I don't think it would be that hard to convince
Look at Shane
a
Bass.
front office to go for him.
Look at the Shane Bass trade. Like that's how guys who have all these kind of tools and a very interesting profile can kind of be viewed. And I think the Red Sox would look at it and say, yeah, we'd listen. And for the right deal, it makes a lot of sense. And, I think with Bello, it'd be really hard to trade him for just prospects. But if it's something that makes the team better today, it's a shot that I'd be willing to take at least. Probably not for a rental, but for another controllable arm that makes sense.
Yeah.
What was the other thing?
It was like a half thing, but Bob Nightingale saying the Red Sox were expected to be out on Ketel Marte. We've heard since then that nobody else has ruled it out. I think to me, it's more the trade asset thing that makes it unlikely. But if Bregman and Bichette were to tell you to fuck off, I'd probably circle back there.
I think also, because people keep asking me about the Marte thing. I'm like, I haven't heard fucking dick. Like, I feel like if it's a trade, that stuff's just not getting out. It's just not. Like the free agent stuff, sure. Like you can poke around, like agents will talk and whatnot. But as far as like trades go, not a lot of that stuff's getting out. But with the Marte stuff, it feels like the D-backs are asking for the world. So I guess we'll see if the price comes down, like how serious are the D-backs about moving off of Marte, and is that like something that they would be comfortable going into the trade deadline or next off season or what have you? Like, is it something where they feel like they need to move him now? I don't know. But yeah, that one is kind of, it feels to me like the Marte trade is the only one that will satisfy the fan base, but it also feels like it's the least likely to happen out of everything that's been discussed around this team.
Yeah. It's also like the minute you trade for him and he gets here, everyone says you traded for like a 32-year-old middle infielder. Like, oh, he's going to age and he's not going to be good. Like you can predict what people are going to say the minute the trade goes down. Yeah. Oh, this is the guy that you traded all this for, a guy who's leaving his prime. That's what you wanted.
Fair.
And I think he's the most talented player out of Bregman, Bichette, that whole group right there. It's just, at least for the next 2 seasons. But the truth is he's under contract for another 5.
It is crazy how much we're hearing about a guy in Marte that is under contract and is with the team versus guys that are like, just pay me money and I can be on your team. Like you look at some of the top free agents in baseball and they're just not really getting talked about. And yet there's some new Ketel Marte rumors every single day. It's a bit odd in terms of how it's gone the last month.
Mm-hmm. We'll see. I think it's crazy that we don't hear a fucking thing about Kyle Tucker.
It blows my mind. It hit me just us talking about it. I'm like, I couldn't tell you one Kyle Tucker rumor basically the whole offseason.
That's why
and he's clearly the top guy.
Yeah, like that's why like I think it is just the Jays. Like Murakami, everyone was like, man, like everyone's moving in silence on Murakami. It's like no one's just no one's talking about him.
Silence means that there's no words being said about him.
He's got no market. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if there's no buzz, there's no market.
Yes.
That much is clear. So like Kyle Tucker, like yeah, welcome to Toronto, baby. Like that. hope you like the Great White North, because that's who the fuck else is gonna pay him?
I think his character, and I think it's very JD Drew-esque. I think that is what it is. And I think when you're talking big market teams, that's going to make you probably a little uncomfortable. We saw in Chicago, the media flipped on him very quickly this year. Very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you're a team like the Orioles and you can get him on like a high AAV, like similar to the Corbin Burns offer that he did a year ago, which would have been the highest AAV for a pitcher ever, you can get Kyle Tucker on something like that. That's fucking terrifying. And the same goes, for the Blue Jays, or, the Dodgers end up doing it like they typically do.
Bringing him to the AL East, I'm all set, even though I'm already prepared for that to happen.
All right. Quick little holiday episode. Yeah, this is probably going to be the last episode of the week because we got Christmas Eve, we got fucking Christmas
fucking
Day,
Christmas.
Fucking Christmas. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then fucking the day after Christmas.
The fucking day after Christmas is when I'm having like, this is, so I think I've explained this on the pod before, but it's going to be my family and Train's family here, because we don't, like, my sister does Christmas Eve, like, like family she has time. Her like Christmas traditions. I didn't want anyone to give up their Christmas traditions. So we were like, we'll just do the day after Christmas. So we're hosting everyone here on that Friday. So normally I'd be like, fuck it, I'll just do like a bonus pod on Friday, whatever. But yeah, we're
you got to host, dude. That's what happens when you have a nice house. You got to host.
Yeah, but like, do you have to? No, I think it's more just like, what other event is like my family and her family going to be at together?
Yeah, this would be it. Yeah.
Have you guys ever mixed before?
I think our moms only met once, like in passing.
What's the big
trying
one?
to picture what the combos of this. What the fuck? Fucking
yeah, what the fuck's up, motherfuckers? Merry Christmas.
It's gonna be a lot of that from both sides, right?
Yeah,
like that's how it's gonna go. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Very excited to hear about that.
Yeah, you should come. Well, you're sick.
I made it to the event. I made it to the one, and that might be why I'm sick. I don't know. Was anyone else there sick?
I know, like Corey's wife got sick, and that's why he didn't come.
Okay.
My buddy Rodrigo, his wife got sick, and that's why he did not come. I don't know of anyone that has turned up sick since then.
Okay. Just trying to figure where this came from, but we're pushing through.
Yeah.
You try the wine I bought?
Me?
Yeah?
No.
I'm curious. Let me know.
I mean,
try to get
for
a good
all I know,
one.
it got drank that night. Like people were drinking.
Yeah, they were. I was.
Yeah, people were drinking. Yeah. I was pretty good that night.
You looked good in the tank top at the end of the night. You were.
I forgot I took my shirt off. It was hot.
It was very hot in there. You were a Secco boy. That was a big deal.
Yeah, I forgot about that too. Yeah, I was a Secco boy.
Mm-hmm. T, you got to join.
I'm down.
You've never been?
No.
Wow. Not even at the steak dinner?
Oh yeah,
that don't count.
Yeah.
I had a couple glasses.
Yeah, but that don't count. It's got that don't count.
It's got to be like hanging with the fellas, not at like a classy dinner. Yeah. As Train would say that. Yeah. Train had told me that story too. It was very funny.
What story?
Like, what the hell are these Prosecco bottles doing here? And it's like, the Secco boys drink those.
Yeah. Those are for the Secco boys.
She's like, oh, okay, yeah, the Secco boys drink these, and then I show up with this like enormous bottle of Lamarck, and she's like, okay, I guess you guys are the Secco boys. There we go.
Yeah. What's on your Christmas list, T?
The I don't know. I didn't really like make a list this year. For me, trying to think like what I wanted. I got a keyboard for my iPad. I asked for that.
Mm-hmm.
In the new Pokemon game, I asked for that.
They still make new Pokemon games
every year.
Yes, so.
That I think that was it. There'll be other stuff, but I'm kind of old. I feel like to ask for things.
There'll be other stuff. I mean, you're running out of time, T. The day's coming up.
Oh no, like that my
yeah.
like family got for me, of course.
Yeah. Did you get Martha something nice?
Yes, I did a very good job. I think
you did.
I just don't want to spoil it.
I don't want to
don't say it.
Let's just say
how much did you spend, T?
Yeah, how much did you spend?
A bad amount of money.
A bad amount.
Yeah, a bad amount.
Most people would say good amount, but I like bad amount.
No.
I spent a bad amount of money on this thing.
I'm a big gift guy. I overdo it.
I love gifts.
Yeah, me too.
I just like receiving gifts is cool. Giving them is 10 times more fun to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Sam.
I don't know if I go 10 times. I'd probably say maybe 2 times, but like seeing that reaction when you got the right gift.
Yeah.
And then we all have to give the reaction when we got a gift we probably didn't really need. So we got to, this is kind of big acting season coming up here. Yeah. All you listening, you're going to have to do it too. It's like, oh, dang. And you didn't really want it. It's unfortunate.
I'm going to have a big thing behind me, like a case that I'm getting for all my anime and manga figures. That will be part of the setup. That lights up.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
What about you guys?
I know I bought great gifts this year. Everyone else has pretty much openly said like we didn't really get you anything because like when you want something you just buy it. So we just didn't get you much of anything.
I'm trying to think what I would get you.
The top thing I would get Jared, I already got him, so I got to try to think of something else by the start of April.
I'd get you something gym related.
Like what?
I don't know. I like gifts that like help you every day. Like that become part of like your daily fixture.
Like what?
I don't know. I'd have to like research. There has to be something in your gym you don't have.
Yeah, but they're like thousands of dollars.
Yeah, it's not cheap. Just buying gym equipment for like $3,000. Like, it's probably not great.
Yeah. Dude got me an incline press for $5,500.
I was going to say incline press.
Yeah.
Those are expensive.
Mm-hmm.
He's thinking.
Maybe like a portable sauna.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
See, it just takes a little thinking. I can do it.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, Steve could use the sauna right now. He's a little sicky boy.
I know. Not doing great. We've all had our flu games. I didn't think I was going to be able to make it, but we pushed through.
Yeah, you did it.
The powers of medicine, dude.
Yeah.
I'm excited for Christmas. I'm just going to keep taking pills and hopefully I'm good by Christmas Day.
You have a problem, sounds like.
Yeah. I feel like this is how drug addicts start, where they need to, take care of some pain. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, I just need it, man. I need it.
You need like a lung steroid.
You don't have to say what it is, but who did you buy your fit? Like who's like this year? It's like this gift is going to crush, Steve.
See, I actually, for the first time in a long time, got my Christmas shopping done in like mid-November, which is crazy. Well, last year, some stuff didn't show up until like Jan 2, and I'm like, we're not doing that again. The top gift. Wait, what am I saying? The top person?
Like who's got it coming? Like where you're just like, I fucking nailed this one. Like I can't wait to see this.
Dan's gonna like what he gets. Dan's gonna like what he gets.
Dan.
Well, see, Dan's such an interesting gift giver because when it's a physical gift, you never know what you're going to get. You could get like a little Jurassic Park little trinket, or you could get something huge, like a signed jersey or like a frame. You just never know. The range is wide. But when Dan gifts trips or like events and stuff that's when he's most in his bag, where he's like, for your birthday, we're going to Jaws 50. And I'm like, well, that's awesome. Like, you're no way you're going to top that. So we'll see. Then again, Christmas, it's like you want to keep it balanced. I try to keep it as balanced as possible and get the same amount of gifts for people. But
nothing's worse than like when you clearly like someone a lot more than another person. Like, oh, damn, you got him all this. And then it's like, oh, all right. Like socks are cool, man. I fuck with these socks.
Dude, it's hard to change that. It's hard to like avoid trying to give people just like the same amount of. It's like, well, I'd rather just, give my brothers a bunch of stuff. But now, you got to spread it out. You got to make sure the aunts are getting good stuff. You got to make sure everybody's getting good gifts. But no, I'm excited. It's always good giving the gifts out and Lila running around and being like, what the hell's going on? The dogs never know what's going on. Dogs and wrapping paper, like, what the hell is this? This makes no sense. Like, Ace is probably going to be going nuts.
Ace's first Christmas.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
You get something for Ace?
Oh, we got him a bunch of shit.
Shit, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I hear a bunch of shit is good.
You going to let him open it?
Yeah, I mean, we're just in a stocking.
Oh, I thought you were going to, like, wrap it because they like to, like, play with the wrapping paper.
Well, then if he eats it and gets sick, then what, T?
He's going to swallow it?
Maybe.
That's dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah, usually...
I'll go. What you got?
Where?
No, you had something there?
Where is it?
I was going to say, what's the best gift you guys ever got?
Ever?
Mm-hmm.
We got asked this at the Christmas party that you didn't come to, yeah.
You're acting like I skipped out on the Christmas party.
Nah.
No, get out of here. That also acted like I skipped out of the Christmas party. Come on now.
Nah.
It's okay.
Nah. Yeah, nah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You guys did a great job.
Yeah,
Thank you. Kind of wanted more people to say The Santa Claus as favorite movie.
Yeah.
Scott Calvin.
Yeah. I got asked about him too. Yeah. That was a question at the Section 10 Christmas party for all religions and atheists featuring John Bon Jovi.
Favorite gifts you ever got?
For Christmas?
Both of you.
The Fenway seats that are out there.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
Waking up to that on Christmas morning, especially when you're not expecting it. Like,
when was that?
Had to have been 08.
And that was from Santa.
Yeah.
You had to think about it. Yeah.
Yeah. I had to think about if that was like a Christmas Eve night present or if that was a Christmas morning present.
Mm.
But when you get a sick present like that and your parents just nail it, and it's like,
that's Santa.
He gave us a Christmas list of like all the stuff that he wants, but like he's gonna shit when he sees this thing. And I came downstairs and I saw 2 Fenway seats and I was like, fucking Santa, dude, what the fuck, brother? And
that's what you said when you saw it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And I'll never forget that Christmas morning.
Tape.
For me, I'd put the Wii first. I talked about it like that first Christmas when the Wii was hot. Like I remember my mom like ended up buying it like from one of my cousins, uncles. Like it was like a whole thing because people were just like stockpiling them. But I'd say like any of the console Christmases. I don't know why. Like I was a big video game kid. So like the year I got the 360, the PS2, the PS3, like any of those years were always like my favorite years. Even the PS4 year was like sick because I just remember being so excited and I had waited after the release date to get it because I wanted to have that Christmas feeling where you're like, man, you plug it in for the first time and everyone's kind of like sitting there and watching it. But the Wii is always the number one to me because like Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi 3, it's a big one. Getting that game for the first time is probably like one of my favorite games ever. Mario Galaxy 2. Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi 3. That's legendary game. If you know, you played it back in the day. I had it for PS2 and Wii, but one of the most nostalgic games, I think, for a lot of people in my age demographic.
Me too.
Budokai, of course.
Yeah.
Well, that's the other series.
The third one.
There was Budokai 1, 2, and 3, and then there was Budokai Tenkaichi 1, 2, and 3.
Tenkai.
Budokai 3.
Yeah.
That was one of my
disrespectful, bro.
No, I agree with T. I agree with T big time in terms of not just that game, but being dead serious, the console Christmas. Yeah. Console Christmas is a fun Christmas, especially around here in New England. Like the days that are coming up after Christmas suck.
The Christmas break, bro, like locking in on those, like,
but and it just doesn't really snow anymore, I guess. But back then it was like, had to help out with shoveling, like, you really the dog days of school because you're going back to school soon after that. But it's like, hey, when I get home, N64 is there because that was the one. Like, our parents got the N64 for all of us, and it was just GoldenEye, everything you played, Mario Party, Mario Kart. It was just the coolest thing of all time to come home and play the N64 because it kind of got you back. I always looked at it as it got you back to baseball. Like those systems got you back to spring training, got you back to, the end of March, and all of a sudden, it was warm weather again. So console Christmas, man, you can't beat it.
Yeah. N64 Christmas was
oof.
Yeah. So for me, like, I think my sister was the one that got the N64 for like getting a tooth pulled or some shit like that, or like something stupid with the dentist. And I was like, why does she get the N? Like, she's not going to play N64 like I am. So like that Christmas where you get the games, like that's the one. It's like, yeah, the console's great, but like if you can't fucking play anything, then what are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? So
shout out to the parents that are getting the consoles. Those things are expensive as hell.
Yeah.
And the games, dude, like
the controllers,
the games were like 70% of the list. It was like, I want
the memory cards. You don't have to get the memory cards, but like for all the systems we had. Yeah. Oh, the Rumble Pack.
Yeah.
Oh,
bro. It would be like, I want the new COD, Madden, like, whatever 2K was that year. Like, you're going to get all these different games. And like, it's like, dude, 2 or 3 games, you're already almost at $200.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But it's fun.
Maybe I'll get back into it. What's the new console right now? PS5?
Yeah.
The most recent, yeah.
What's the most recently released gaming console?
It's probably the PS5, 5, yeah.
When did that come
are we super far from PS6? I feel like we're not.
Probably like 2 years, I'd say.
Christmas 27. Potential 2028 launch.
Yeah, you can get like the PS5 Pro, whatever they call it, like the mid-generation upgrade.
That's better than Xbox?
Oh, yeah. Xbox is so far behind these days, like it's not even funny. And I was like,
is 360 or 1 the newest Xbox?
I don't think it's either. I think 1 was the PS4 generation.
Latest Xbox system?
Yeah.
Like, Xbox Series X, right? Is
that Dude, like PlayStation or PS5 has sold more than Xbox has sold of any console ever. Think about that. That's crazy, isn't it?
PS5 has sold more than every Xbox combined.
Yeah. Oof. Isn't that insane?
That's a bloodbath. Damn.
And I was the biggest Xbox 360 guy in the entire world. Like, truly.
It's one of my favorite systems ever.
It was incredible. Like, that is peak gaming to me. Nothing will ever pass that.
Minus the red ring, though. That thing sucked.
That was bankruptcy, bro. You bankrupted it. When I was a kid and that happened, I was like, it's over. I gotta give up my life.
I love how they like, just send it to us. Just ship it to us and we'll fix it. Okay, great. Now, best case scenario, I get my system back in like 3 months and it's fixed for a couple of days. Like, that sucked. That was really, really bad. I don't get how you have that happen either. How does that even happen?
I don't know.
Like, it's never happened. Like putting it on sideways, right?
Breaks. That was just the scariest thing ever. When you would see the what was like 3/4 red, and it's like,
then you
okay,
go
we're
on,
toast.
Like, you'd start Googling, and they'd be like, wrap it in a towel and like do all this shit to it. It was like, bro, there's no way. There's no way I'm coming back from this one.
0% chance. That was the first system where I'm like, we've taken a jump. I think it was in like 2006. I was playing FIFA. They had Ronaldinho on the cover, and I'm like, this is incredible. This is a really good system.
Of the 360 are so embedded in my brain. I can hear the achievement unlocked. I can hear the, my original gamer tag was Diamond Dog 511. I don't know why I came up with it.
Diamond Dog
511. That's what I was labeled. And I can hear joining parties and leaving parties, the sound of the menu popping up. I had 30 days played on MW2. That's how much of a loser in life I was, but it was the greatest time ever.
My gamer tag was Merc Arabis.
Okay. That feels very that era.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
God. I played Victor Martinez in FIFA online.
Whoa.
Did you?
Super random, yeah.
How do you know that?
I just knew.
I just had a feeling.
That sounds stupid, but no,
it's an uncommon name.
The gamer tag was like Victico41. It was at like noon during the summer of 06. I think that's when he was on. Or no, it would have been later than that. Whenever he was on the Sox.
Cleveland.
Yeah, it would have been like 09.
10?
09? Is that Victor Martinez? 09?
09 deadline.
Okay. So it was probably like 09, 10, somewhere around there. And we were just shooting the shit. And he was like, we're playing a little bit. And I think the biggest reason why is because he was saying stuff that was all lining up of like who's on the bump that night. And I'm like, who is going to fake be Victor Martinez? Like, that's, you'd have to be a weirdo to do that. And so he beat me in extra time. But yeah, that was a fun day.
That's sick.
Victor Martinez, dude.
Well,
One
he
of
was
my
on the
favorite Red
Sox.
Sox. I really enjoyed Victor Martinez.
I love Victor Martinez.
I saw a lot of people using him as like how they want Willson Contreras. Like, could they be like a similar-esque player? I was like, I think people forget how good Victor Martinez was when he was here.
Oh,
like he is
so
like
good.
the greatest outcome that Willson Contreras could have. I'm not saying that he can't do that, but 134
switch
OPS
hitter.
plus. Yeah, that was the other half of it. But like a 126 OPS plus, that's best case scenario. You hope for that with Contreras as he ages.
Yeah,
I'm glad we got him. We needed like okay, nice.
yeah.
It's like, all right, we got someone that's legit and it's going to matter on this team for the lineup,
Got a guy.
not just like another fourth starter.
All right. T, you got any final thoughts here?
I did have one, nothing too crazy, or actually I have two. Ben Buck, named as director of pitching, joined the organization in January. Sorry, Steve. Spent 5 years with the Yankees, but that's your Justin Willard replacement. Probably says a lot that it's an internal guy as well, and just someone that knows what they're doing, knows what they're looking for.
Yeah.
But another Yankees guy that has a pretty prominent job in this organization. And the other one, he tweeted at me and you yesterday, Jared. I know you retweeted it too. At Saving Riot on Twitter, Saving Riot. His dog's going through something. He has a GoFundMe set up. If you could go donate, it seems like it would go a long way.
That's very nice of you, T.
Good job, T.
It's very nice of you. My final thought is on T's dream guest list of 78 people, Hunter Dobbins was number one.
It's tough.
So now what? Now what, T?
Who's the new number one, T?
Yeah.
Tristan Casas.
So you're not going to replace him with someone that was off the list?
Should I? That feels wrong.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, you kind of have to, if it's like a wedding list, like you can't just add someone that's already going to the wedding.
Yeah.
You know what?
You'd be like
I'll
a
throw
moving
Willson Contreras
table.
in. Just because I think he is going to be like personality wise, like one of people's favorite players, like 2 weeks into the season.
Who?
Like Willson Contreras.
I
Like,
fully
think
agree.
with Bregman's like kind of the even keeled, veteran leader.
Very
he
calm.
got excited at times, those dugout celebrations. We've seen him. Willson Contreras is the guy who's like, go fuck yourself. Like, we're going to fucking kill these guys. Like, watch, we're about to go fucking balls to the wall. There'll be a moment early in the year where people are like, fuck, man, he's a dog,
That,
I think he's going to hit a walk. Yeah, can you play that? The clip
the
that
one where
T
he said he
tweeted?
was going to fuck other teams.
Yeah. I hadn't seen that.
It's
I
like
think
we're going to
Justin
fuck all these
MLB
teams.
was the one who put it up, and I was like, this is legendary.
Might be my favorite video already. Yeah, he said we're gonna fuck everybody. If he said that here, that's a T-shirt that sells thousands.
Oh, immediately.
He said we're gonna fuck everybody.
Somebody asked me about the double headers, and I said double header for us is a challenge because I feel like everything comes here, and they think they're gonna face like a good team or nice team or shitty team, and I think we're a good team and we can fuck everybody and whoever wanna comes here and try to win us they're gonna have a hard time.
Keep it going. Thanks for
Dude, the best part of that for me is like, all right, man, like keep it going.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Good teams, shitty teams, and we're gonna fuck
Yeah.
everybody.
Shitty teams come in, we fuck them. All right, man. All right, man. Good stuff.
Back to you.
All right, guys. That's all we got down here.
Yeah,
Back up to the booth.
I'm gonna be a big Willson Contreras guy.
I think we're going to be a big Willson Contreras podcast.
I do too.
Yeah,
I think he's going to fit in perfectly. T, I fully agree. I think in the first couple weeks, he's going to hit a walk-off and have a ridiculous bat flip and be like, bombo, like pounding the chest. I'm like, yep, This guy's great. Sign me up.
He will
someone asked
thrive in
if we
this
had
market.
beef. We don't have beef, to my knowledge. He blocked me on Twitter in 2016. So by the time he gets here, it'll be 10 years ago. Because he pimped a ball off the wall in the 2016 playoffs, and like I tweeted, this is back when Vine was a thing. So I had like a Vine video of him like pimping it, and like the caption was like, I don't know if the Cubs are gonna love this. And that was it. But I think it went viral, and he probably saw it and then blocked me. Yeah, but yeah, there's no beef to my knowledge, unless he's mad about that from 10 years ago. Then we're gonna have to have a conversation, because I want to love him. So let me love you.
Shout out to Corey for doing the jersey swap, because Contreras used that in his like welcome to Boston post. So that was really cool. But yeah, I can't wait for the Contreras and Cap friendship combo, whatever. I think they're going to be best buds, and I think everyone's going to love it in Sox Nation.
Yeah, come on down to Fenway. We're going to fuck you.
Yep. If you're a shitty team, we'll fuck you.
Yeah, good team, shitty team.
Good team, you get fucked too.
Yeah. Steve, you got a final thought?
Yeah, just shout out to T for delivering my Wegmans order last night. That was
big, T.
Really big of you. I know you said the last time you did it, I think, was 2020. T, I mean, you mention this all the time, but like somehow you come up with new stories, and I know you're not making these up. Like, I know you wouldn't make them up, but you have like new car crashes that you remember or bring up like every other week. And I'm starting to think, how many crashes have you been in your life at this point? Because you said you were door dashing in 2020 and Verdugo hit a home run and you rammed into somebody. What happened?
It wasn't horrendous. It was definitely just like in traffic. Like, I just took my foot off the brake because I was excited. I'll be honest, I reached for my phone because during 2020, when I would DoorDash, I would just tweet like 24/7. You think I'm bad now, but I was doing anything to like gain traction. And I reached over for my
Red
phone.
Sox, hashtag dirty water.
Yeah, and I couldn't get to it, and my foot came off, and I just glided like right into the back of a truck in my Saturn. What do you call that thing you hitch things on? Is it a hitch? You know, when you put like a trailer on it to a truck? You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking
we'll go
about,
with that. Yeah. Little hitch thing.
Hit my Saturn and put a fucking permanent dent in the front of it. It was so bad. And it was there until, unfortunately, the end of the Saturn. Never recovered after that. But I think I've been in 8 or 9 accidents since I got my license.
Sheesh.
My insurance
they
is
start to
fucking
revoke it
horrendous.
after a while, right? Like, you still have your license?
They're not all my fault.
Okay. Like, what would we say? Half of them, maybe?
More. I think I'm like 6 or 7
out of 8?
Out of 8 or 9.
They're not all my fault, and 7
the one
out of
I got
8
in a couple
are
months
your
ago
fault.
when that guy just like fucking crashed on the highway and took off my passenger window. That wasn't my fault.
Would you say most of these are phone related?
No.
Okay.
When I hit the telephone pole and I told my dad's truck, that was ruled as an act of God because I hit the ice. That's what the insurance people said. Don't look at me.
An act of God.
Yep. When I got Black Ops 3, I was driving back from GameStop and the light got in my eyes on Oak Street and I drove into the back of someone.
Class Oak Street light is ridiculous. So
no, it was like the sunlight. The sunlight
right.
I went blind
but
for
Oak
like
Street sun.
10 seconds. Guy had stopped to pull over. Very nice guy. I was leaving
Why
Harbor
didn't you
1.
stop and pull over when you couldn't see?
It happened so quickly, and I was a newer driver. At the Harbor 1 on Belmont Street, I just whipped out of the parking lot when I was leaving for vacation. And there was another guy doing it at the same time. Such a nice guy. He was just like, "You're good to go, man. Don't worry about it." Even though my car had taken all the damage, so you know he probably was just like, "I don't want to fuck up my insurance." What else have I done besides that over the years? Oh my God. When I was driving to the Sports Hub my first year working there and I smoked the guy in front of me in like bumper to bumper traffic and he wouldn't get out of the car to talk to me because I think he felt threatened. I wasn't doing anything, but I was like, "Hey man, let's talk." We had to wait on the highway for someone to come. That was another.
How'd you smoke him in traffic? Bumper to bumper. How do you have enough, speed to smoke them?
I was changing the radio according to the documents. And I drove right into the back of him.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
bumper to bumper. Just
and he wouldn't
bang,
talk to
hit
me.
the gas while you change the radio. Classic.
Trying to think of any. What are the other ones? By the laundromat on Belmont, driving my mom's car. I backed into one of those white vans with her in the car.
And she's okay.
Yeah, she was fine.
Okay.
Yeah, there's just been a lot.
Most of these aren't your fault. I mean, most of them are, but like it's whatever. Like as long as you're still with us, that's all that matters. I will say, like Monday, I'm losing track of the days. Monday, I haven't been that sick in like years. And so when the notey popped up that T is arriving with your Wegmans order, I was like, I needed that. Like I definitely needed that chuckle. I was like, all right, I'm going to tweet this out there. People will find it funny. The comments, y'all passed the check. That was a very funny comment section. Everybody say he's probably going to show up with shit and piss in the car. Like he's going to ram into your garage. Like there's no way this order is right. Like that you're showing up with somebody else's order. All those things were probably accurate. So shout out to the folks in the comments there. That was great.
I love door dashing in 2020. That was a very freeing time.
I'm sure it was.
I could see that. Of all years to do it, that would probably be a good one to do it.
I was pulling for a minute. It was like a good 2 or 3 month stretch there.
2K, you got a final thought?
Yeah, just looking at the clock here. Need to get to Raising Cane's before 1 so I don't crash out like T. Perfect. We'll get there. And wanted to wish you all a Merry Christmas, of course.
Oh, wow.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Merry Christmas, Bones.
I love you.
Bagzewski coming through with the Christmas. All right. Everyone enjoy the holiday season. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Hope Santa's good to everybody if you celebrate. And we'll be off the rest of the week. Yes, Steven?
I think people already know this, but if you get Section 10 stuff for Christmas, tweet it at us.
Yeah,
show us, tweet some pics. We'll retweet it and, share some holiday cheer.
Holiday cheer. How about that? All right. We will be back next week with more of your favorite Red Sox podcast in the whole world, the Section 10 podcast. Another year in the books. We'll be here before New Year's Eve, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I'm going on a little vacay.
Oh, where you going?
North Conway.
What?
Oh, nice.
This is your second vacation ever.
Yeah, well, I mean, like we're going for 3 days. I wouldn't call it a vacay. So like it's a little getaway. It's a snowy little getaway.
When do we leave?
Saturday. Yeah. That'll be fun.
I need to figure out if I'm recording in Miami next month or not.
Ooh, Miami.
We'll figure it out.
Miami Milliken.
There you go.
We'll figure it out. All right, everybody. We'll see you next week. Okay, love you. Bye. Merry Christmas.
Buenas noches, amigos.